Difficulty of 2.
Beat me to it. I was going to ask you if I could roll something, but okay.
I mean, you can roll something later if you'd like, but... Yeah, why does that keep showing up as Agrilas? Anyway. When you indicate that you have nothing to sell, Frog looks pretty confused. You pick up on that, and he kind of gets a little quieter.
Okay. We're here for a very specific reason. And I think that you want to help us as much as you can in order to make up for trying to kill us and steal from us. And if you're very good with the information that you give us, we will possibly not only let you live, but reward you. How does that sound? And I'd like to do that as a communicate roll.
Okay. So you're trying to convince him to, I guess, be open to your questions?
Yeah, so this is neurolinguistics. Planting the idea that... So, and I'm going to use power.
You have to beat 2 successes.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles.
Real quick, Chris, can you make me another note, please?
I sure can.
I will use momentum die for that. Fuck. Jack, you didn't want to help me out by being menacing? Thanks, man.
1 second.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is. You can help.
Yeah, but help you in what? A communication? My worst?
Okay.
You could
Okay.
use a show of strength again.
So
Okay,
as
look at the sword.
as you say that, the complication is effectively this. So as you start to try and convince him, he says, no. There's only two reasons people come to Agrilas these days. And if you're not selling supplies and you're trying to whisper in my ear, then you must be with them, and I don't deal with the specters.
We're not part of the specters. We're looking for them.
Why is everybody so sensitive here?
You're looking for them because you're in with their dealings.
No.
He's like, and I will not cross the Emperor.
What? Sister Gee?
Yes. She kind of steps up beside you.
Is there any kind of like recognition that she's a Bene Gesserit on his face? Does he know anything about them at all?
Not that you can tell. It doesn't look like he acknowledges her really as some sort of threat or something else.
Okay. Well, I'll give you one last chance. You can either help us out, help us find the specters, help us gather the information that we're looking for, or I will leave you to the tender mercies. Oh, I used to die. Hang on. I will leave you to the tender mercies of our good swords master and possibly our not so good doctor.
Actually, the best doctor.
In his own words.
He's cured everything so far. It's good.
He looks visibly.
He's cured everything so
shaken.
far. It's good.
As you're speaking this, so
he looks
like clearly the
visibly-
words are registering.
He's cured everything so
shaken.
far.
You know,
Testing,
as
testing.
you're speaking this.
Hello.
We can clearly the
You're on
words are
mute, though.
registering.
Cured everything so far.
You know,
Testing,
so clearly what you're indicating
Hello.
is registering to him. The threat is sinking in. And he kind of turns to look at you, Big, and he says, I've seen your experiments before. Says, I do your worst.
How? What? We've never been here before.
I've seen what all of you Tleilaxu do around here. I've seen the bodies come out.
So they are working with the Tleilaxu. Thank you.
What is this guy's name?
Frug, Frugg.
Listen, Fruitsy.
Informant number 1.
Do we,
Yeah.
do you want me to get extra inquisitive with my questioning, or do you just want to help?
You do not want Jack to get extra.
He can be very pointed with his questions.
I do not fear you or death.
We are not.
You know who I am, correct? That I'm the jungler?
I know who you've claimed to be.
Very well. So
And
I'm
then
gonna
he kind of points towards the sky, and he says, "But you are not the jungular." And in the back behind the low hanging clouds that the snow is like gently falling from, is the giant red orb, which is the star which this solar system circles around, and it's like dying years. And he just kind of points to that, and he says,
As he's
welcome
pointing,
I welcome
I'd like
the
to chop his
jungular."
finger off.
Okay. I will
Like I'm
make
gonna
you.
grab his wrist and I'm going to just.
Okay. As you do that,
Wait,
I
wait,
will make you.
don't,
I will make you roll for
no,
that. You
don't-
notice that 2 of his other fingers are already missing,
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
and he kind of like rips his hand back from you, and just kind of like sits there on the ground like in grunting pain, just like oh.
And I'm gonna say, so we're gonna take piece by piece until you give us the information we need. And next, I think I'm gonna take a toe, then a foot, then a leg. And I've got a doctor that's really good at keeping people alive for a very, very long time.
I'm
And
gonna
it'll
need,
end up just being your brain that we will keep alive and continuously torture.
I'm gonna say
So
give-
just wait, as an aside, are we just leaning into the drug cartel torture stuff?
I thought
Is
that's what
that-
we were doing. I thought that's why you brought me.
We're
he did
definitely
say
the
he
bad
gets
guys.
pointy. Yeah, he did say he gets pointy.
It was a threat.
Yeah.
Jack
And
don't make
I'm
threats.
the threat.
Yeah,
Give me
So
a
is taking a finger.
give
He
me
has 6 others, 7 others. He's fine.
give me a communicate roll.
Let's communicate.
1 success.
That's like his worst one.
I will help
well,
him.
that's fine. His intimidation has made it a singular success,
I will help him.
but you still got to get the success. All right.
All right.
I don't put a dry. Do I put a?
You still do your
Drive
skill,
power.
your drive the same way. You only roll 1 dice though.
That's 0 successes.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
See, now it says Jace again.
So this, yeah, I don't understand that. At this point in time, he kind of like gripping his hand, he like slowly steps up onto his feet, and he basically like walks up toward you, Jack, and he just like in a low growl just says, "Do it. If you are the Jungular, then do it. Leave nothing behind."
Do we really need this guy?
I'd prefer not to kill him.
I don't think we're gonna get any information out of him. So if you want to
Can I
axe
kill
him, go ahead and kill him.
Can I kill him? Come on, Jim. Jace.
Go ahead and
You
kill
know,
him.
we're having this conversation. So this is literally happening in front of this guy. Jack's like,
I'm,
Jace.
At this
Okay,
point,
I'm
Janu's
gonna-
gonna lean in and he's gonna come on, Jack. You got a big dick. You really need permission from this little guy? Come on, fuck this dude.
I'm gonna
Jace
turn.
knows.
I'm gonna turn to the guy and try one more time to convince him to help us. I'm like, I am trying to keep you alive right now. Please help us.
Jason
Are you just
sitting in
asking
a
for his
tree.
help in general, or are you asking him something specific?
No, I'm saying please help us with what we want. Help us gather information. Tell us what you know about the specters, and you can live. And we'll even
Maybe he doesn't want to live.
Okay, roll me your communicate. At this point, you're gonna need 3 successes because you have threatened and cut off this man's finger.
yeah.
He has 7 more.
I'm gonna use another momentum die because fuck you guys.
He's-
There we
There
go.
you
Oh,
go.
all right.
He's about to get unicorned if you guys don't do it. So
As you ask your question, he, swashes around his mouth and spits towards the ground a good clump of blood that he has, built up through the fight. And he just looks at you and he goes, "I've already told you. I have no dealings with the specters."
Do you know who does? Point us in the direction.
They keep to themselves. They have their people on the street.
Do you know who these people are?
No, I make it my point to not get involved with the specters.
But you must have people that you avoid.
I avoid anybody in the royal chambers.
Just the royal chamber. Just tell us what you know. It's really like you're telling.
What?
Okay,
What do you want to know?
everything that you know about the specters. For fuck's sake, I've only said it 4 times.
I have told you, they are a group. They do their things around the planet. I don't know. I'm not involved with them. They steal people through the night. They capture them. Their bodies are found tormented, stabbed.
Where do you think they are? And don't say everywhere.
He starts to think really hard at that point.
Nowhere.
They're everywhere and nowhere.
If I wanted to
They
contact
don't
the
have a
Spectre,
headquarter.
If I wanted to get in contact with the Spectres, how would I do it?
He looks down at his hand, like squeezing it again, obviously in pain, and he says, "I would reach out to the. I would check the heap.
Is that a place, a person, an area?
It's
district?
the heap. It is the heap, the garbage heap. It's run by the defectors. If anyone knows how to find them, it would be them."
Thank you. Hey, Doc.
Yep.
Do you think you can put his finger back on?
Get the old college try.
Sure you want him to stay alive? Because I can.
We're keeping him alive. I'm gonna go over there and put his finger back on.
As you approach him, he just like yanks his hands away and says, "I'll be fine without it.
Look,
I'd rather
healed
deal
Pablo,
with.
I could heal you too.
I would
Sit
rather live with 2 fingers than risk dealing.
Sit
with one of
down,
you."
or John's gonna stab you in the knee.
No. There's no more stabbing.
Or not
Oh,
John.
man.
I mean
Jack.
All right.
Dex, or whatever his name is.
Dex.
If
Guardian of
I-
the Galaxies.
If this roll is a success, he takes off running. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
he shouldn't.
Stay scared in place.
Now sit down.
So I'm gonna just take his legs out from underneath him, put him to sit down, and
How many do I need to
grab
roll
his
to,
hand and hold it up while also holding his throat and say, "Here, Doc, what do you need?"
This is the worst medical procedure ever.
This reminds me of the opening scene
Fine.
of Rogue One. We're
He's
here
gonna
to
be
rescue
so-
you. Please do not resist.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so happy when this is done. It's gonna be like a brand new finger.
Doc,
Discipline
can you give him
check.
a lightning bolt?
I would say you would
Like
need a
stitching?
discipline check.
Mm.
Even with me restraining him?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with discipline. That's fine. It's my
Well,
best
I
one.
mean, this is basically his medical check. He needs a discipline check. Yeah, 2 successes.
Well, I failed.
Okay.
Got it halfway on. So did on backwards.
The cut was not clean, and so trying to do it with your kind of mobile tools, also on the fact that basically it's kind of shaking underneath the pull of him and the hold of Jack. This is probably not an achievable task. You're going to do more harm trying to put this back on than help.
Science.
Go ahead. He puts it on, and it's like not really attached, and I'm like, "Oh look, it looks better than it used to."
Look like a young Michael.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of money and just say thank you for your help in our
as
inquiries, and just go.
as you toss him the Solaris, he kind of like unsure at first, and then takes them, and then kind of slowly starts to back away, and he gets about 3 steps, and then just takes off running.
Jack just says, "Remember us."
Bye.
Hard to forget.
Miss you
I
already.
thought that went pretty well, guys. I
Yeah.
think yeah.
Did you get everything you needed, Jace?
Did you see that big guy took his head off? That motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
He was tasty.
We have another
As-
one, right?
The one in the
Shazund-
room,
Shazund does have does have another one.
but he can't actually run.
Yeah, I think his leg has like been stabbed. Are you guys going to also try and question him, or just let him go at this point?
Well, he's been
was he
kept in
higher
the
or
other
lower?
room, right?
I mean, I said Shazun could bring him into your room. That was
Well,
not a problem.
But he
I'm-
didn't bring it in yet. So
I'm looking at
technically
the
they're
map.
separated.
It's either way, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah, I think we're bogging down here. I think we got
Yeah.
what we need to.
I will say the next guy has even less information than the one.
all right. Well, then let him go.
As you guys are clearing doing all that though, the wharf master does come back in, kind of pokes his head in, and he says, "Oh, thank you for stopping them. They've been raiding the ships that land here now for many months."
As they
he says
land,
you can. Yeah, the raiders, they snatch up the supply vehicles and the smugglers' goods that land here to try and sell their wares to the town. So I thank you. I will let your ship stay here for free.
Hooray!
Oh, you're very welcome.
Do
What
you
can
want
you
the
tell
head,
us?
or do you want us to take?
No,
the...
I don't want the head.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in my collection.
What the fuck? You have a collection now?
Why not? John does heads.
Yeah.
Aaron
okay.
does faces.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Fine.
You know those boxes that
Yeah,
you can
no.
like keep things airtight?
No.
Yeah.
All right. So, I guess with that, are you speaking with Horrell, or do you want to go to the heap?
Go to the heap.
Can you tell us
We've
where
been
the
here
heap
for
is,
too
Horrell?
long.
I can. He says he kind of gives you a slight direction, down the street, keep a couple turns, and he says once you'll see it and you won't be able to miss it.
And what can you tell us about the? He mentions Frug mentioned the royal chambers and not wanting to get involved. Do you know anything about that?
The raiders are hunted by the Emperor and his men as they stop good business, and they use his name in their stealing of the goods. So the Emperor will find them and punish them if he catches them, and so they stay clear of the capital proper and the royal chambers where the Emperor resides. He, looking at you, he kind of picks up that you are confused. Is that accurate?
The Emperor doesn't live here.
He kind of looking at all of you now. Do you guys have are you like displaying your sigil at all?
I would be.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks around and sees it and he goes, you must be from the Landsrad and the fiefdom. The fiefdom and the Landsrad long abandoned Agrilas, and so we are no longer participate in their system. We have only one true emperor here, and he is Aglasian. And if I were you, I would not advertise that you are part of the fiefs. Otherwise, he will wish to speak to you and learn why you're here, as the houses are looked upon as very suspiciously now here on Agrilas. And then he kind of looks towards your ship, and he says, I'll do my best to hinder the view of your markings on your ship.
Sister Gee, what do you think about all this?
She kind of has been pondering and hearing everything, and she says, well, part of the Bene Gesserit training is to adapt to those environments and cultures that we attend. So if that is the way, I would advise that we stick to that.
I agree.
So I
Does this guy have any clothing or anything that we could get from him to kind of try to blend into the locals?
I have some old shipments that were left here. I can go see if there's any type of garments in there, and he kind of wanders off into one of the other other ports docks in the building, and he comes back with one of those like wheeling crates or wheeling carts that has like a big crate on it, and it's got some different furs and like heavy animal skin clothing on them. And he goes, "This is pretty standard for what is worn around here. You could keep yourself warm and throw it over your coats."
Much appreciated.
I take my house badge off.
So everybody take a temporary asset while on Agrilas, Agrilasian clothing.
Like a schmuck that can go over everything else.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big heavy coat, almost like a
poncho.
Yeah, almost like a cape, but it's not long like a cape. It's short like a jacket, but it covers you up. It's like an outer coat.
Doesn't reduce mobility or anything.
No,
like that.
it has
Okay.
no other traits other than it just
Skies.
appears Agrilasian.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna have my counter surveillance squad take some clothing too and go out and blend to keep an eye on us, and have the assassin squad stay in the ship until they're needed, unless they're needed.
Okay, so you're sending your counterintelligence squad out to keep
Their
track
ba-
of.
so their job is to watch us and to watch for people who take notice of us that we may miss.
Okay, give me a move check
A move check.
because you're moving them around and into position for them to
Okay.
take into their.
Hey, Jack.
What's up, buddy?
I need you to explain to the counterintelligence squad what to do.
Jack can assist you. It's still your role, still your asset.
Wait, who has the best move roll?
I do.
Okay. How many successes do I need?
I mean, this is just a set. So this would be a contested role if I had somebody who was trying to spy on you,
Okay.
right? So you're basically setting up your
Oh,
defensive
fuck yeah!
role.
2 successes.
Hell yeah.
And then Jack, are you gonna help? Okay.
Oh, apparently
Try.
I'm not.
Oh, he's trying.
Are you still pouting because I wouldn't let you kill him?
Listen, I still don't think the dude needed to live. It doesn't help us in any way, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, effectively, how that works is like I said. So this would be like an espionage conflict,
Mm-hmm.
and so your espionage conflict to avoid being tracked would be 2 successes. So in order for anybody to track you, they would
Well,
need to score higher than 2.
Not necessarily to avoid being tracked, but to find out who's tracking us if we're being tracked. I'm not
Sure.
I realize we're new, we're going to be ruffling feathers, so we're probably going to pick up tails. What I want them to do
Okay.
is pick up the tails that
So-
are picking us
So
up.
for them to avoid, I guess, okay, so for them to avoid then being caught by your team, they would need to roll more than 2 successes, basically.
Okay.
So, all right. Any other activities, or are you guys heading for the heap?
Just
Keep it in.
ready to go.
Let's roll out. Let's roll
All right,
out.
so
they
you
say.
guys will be
Autobots.
switching scenes. You will be switching scenes,
Regulators.
so you will be losing 1 momentum. So if there's
Regulators.
anything you want to do with your 2 momentum, do it now. Forever hold your peace.
I'm good.
All right.
We need to use it or lose it.
You lose 1 every time you go to a new scene. So you'll have the same chance to gain more in the new scene, but you would just lose 1. All right. So as you guys make your way through the streets of Agrilas,
Very phallic.
excuse me.
Wally.
Very phallic. Well done, sir.
So as you guys make your way through the streets, again, you hear off in the distance like chanting and music and some celebrations. It's hard to tell here if it is effectively night or day, as the sky is almost always illuminated in like a dull red glow, almost as if it's permanently sunset. The snow will trickle in from time to time, bits and pieces here and there. There's always snow on the ground whenever you're passing through, but the streets have mostly been melted and kept clean, so it's not like a difficult trek. You do occasionally hear and see people kind of running by, some small groups of what seem to be revelers or drinkers making their way through, but for the most part, the streets where you're at right now are fairly empty. As you guys get closer and you start to make your way to where Harl told you about, you start to see large piles of trash, excuse me, of scrap and different metals, what looks to be pieces of whole buildings possibly that have been like thrown in the same department, and it's pretty easy to make out that would be the heap. And as you guys approach it, the entrance is there's one smaller entrance what has been mostly kept clean, where you can come to drop stuff off or pick through the pieces, and there's like a small entry shack there, acting as almost kind of like an office in the front of the building. Did you guys want to enter? I think I saw you shake your head yes, so I'm gonna say you enter. So as you enter into
Yes.
the building,
Please.
it's relatively clean as far as everything outside is, but inside there is a few piles of different trash and everything. And as you're there for a moment, someone comes out of one of the other doors to the back rooms, and it is a younger man, and he looks to have kind of a scruffy beard. His face looks to be, he's got some scarring around his eyes. He looks like he's been, possibly either had some surgery done or been beaten up a little bit in the past, but not recently. And he kind of comes out and looks at you and he says, what are you here for? You looking to salvage?
Are we gonna salvage, boys?
Well, it's somebody that communicates better than me.
Oh, we're talking to Tom Hardy. Cool.
I'll
Yeah, basically.
Shanood's background as a smuggler, I'm not really sure what they would need on this planet, but I guess I would try to use my communication skills as someone who deals in cargo hauling and whatnot to try to set up some kind of deal and see what kind of off-world goods these people would make use of.
Okay, so you're basically trying to request. You're trying to request and see what type of, maybe offer a trade. See what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a communicate. 0 difficulty because he will openly trade with anyone basically. So go ahead and roll me a communicate.
Okay. I'll just say communicate truth. 2 success.
All right, so you guys get 2 moments. So yeah, as he comes up, he kind of gives you a look over and he goes, all right. There's really 2 things: fuel and ship parts, working ship parts. Only trade around these parts is getting people off.
Getting him off?
With that in mind, I do have
Getting them off.
a fairly lucrative smuggling operation going on various off-world planets. If you need people shuttled to other areas of the system here. And I've also got a few extra stabilizers on the ship that are in good working order. If you're looking to trade, what are you offering in trade for these ship parts?
Offering and trade. I'm not sure what you may be looking for. We have scrap parts here. We have quite a bit of shipment that came in from one of the shield walls. So we have quite a few different shield capacitors and pieces. Can probably put together a full system. We have plenty of scrap metals. Not sure exactly what you're looking for, but most of the real valuable stuff's already been picked clean or taken by the other houses off planet.
Okay, I'll
you
trade
can
you,
get
trade you 2 capacitors for a shield system and possibly a couple transports off world if that's what y'all are looking for.
I'm interested in the stabilizers. I don't deal in the actual human transport. I only sell to the people who make the ships.
Okay,
If you're looking for transports, I know there is a man, Joran, who works as advisor to the Emperor. He's oftentimes giving those who can pay preference on off-world transport. So if you're looking to make a buck, looking to make a salary, I would say talk to him. And then he kind of yells out, and he yells, "Martha!" And waits a few seconds and yells again, "Martha!" And a young woman, like I said, again, not like too young, but similar to his age, kind of comes out from one of the other back rooms. She says, "What do you need?" And he says, "We've got some offers on some stabilizers. I need you to pack up those shield capacitors we got and bring them to the front." And those of you who watch as she comes in, similar to the guy that you had decapitated in the starport, Jack, she has one eye that looks to have that faint orange glow. And she kind of like scoffs and grabs what looks to be like a jug of some sort of like soup off the desk and starts to walk back out into the heap. And as she does, the other guy kind of yells at her like, "Hey!" And he turns back around and goes, "Damn it, that was my lunch." As we'll have her bring him around, we'll have him left at the front gate. Just do you need help picking your stabilizers off the ship, or do you have a way to get them over here?
Just real quick mechanics question. Would that be something I already have on my ship, or do you want me to use some momentum to create an asset?
I would say you can have those. I mean, I would say you're basically giving up like possible repair parts. So if something happens to your ship in the future, it would maybe more difficult of a role to fix.
Okay.
Until you can replenish it. But I would say you have that stuff.
Okay. The shield parts that I'm getting is just to clear that up. Is that something that we can apply to our personal shields to like increase the level of those, or is that something for the ship?
No, this would be like city-sized. Like, would be able to build a shield wall.
Oh, okay, cool. That'll work.
So, like, it could be used to possibly repair any damage that happened during the crash of the Shadowcaster.
Okay.
Right? Or it could be used to, like, improve or strengthen your shield wall back at your home planet. With some serious work, right? It's similar parts. You could probably repurpose it, but I mean, you're talking about taking like a jet engine and trying to put it onto a Cessna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it'd be a major rework to try and get that down to like a ship or person size.
So he said Joran deals in human trafficking from the Emperor's palace.
Joran deals in humanitarian off-worlding. He kind of says it in a way that's like, don't bring up human trafficking.
Okay. I specialize in inter-office communications.
Well, we are in an
AKA
office.
The mailroom.
We are in an office, and you are communicating quite well.
Okay. All right. I'll tell him now. We can get the stabilizers off the ship, and I'll drop them at the front where he said they were going to leave the components for the shield wall. We'll load that up. I guess we want to head and try to talk to Joran next? Because I would assume. Well, did we want to ask this guy about the specters?
We could, since we're here. The guy did tell us that they came out of here, so we might as well.
Yeah. I
Now
know.
that your
Would
deal is
setting
already
up,
done.
would establishing a trading relationship with this guy, would that give us any bonuses on like an intel gathering role on the specters?
I guess you'll have to roll to find out.
All right. I'll ask him. I have trying to remember all of the information we found out about the specters. I didn't have a chance to read my notes from the last session yet.
I will say GM note, because there was some crosstalk and also a lot of stuff going on. He did note that it was where the defectors were.
Okay.
When
defectors.
he told you about the heap, he said that's where the defectors were. So I'm just giving you in case that was overlooked.
Okay.
Oh, the defectors from the specters.
He called them defectors. That's all I'm saying.
So, what was the guy's name? The harbor master or whatever? Did we even get his name?
Horl with 3 R's.
So Horl says some of you guys defected from the specters. Is that true?
All right. Give me a communicate check.
I've got diplomacy. Can I use that as a focus?
Diplomacy will definitely work as a focus. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
And go ahead and give me that roll.
I'm going to use a drive of power because defectors from the specters seem really powerful and they need to be kept in check.
No, no.
I'm going to go truth.
I will challenge that.
I'll go truth.
Okay.
All right.
Fucking power.
I gotta roll
The
into
guys
that.
who literally have no power. They're the powerful
I'm
ones.
gonna pop a momentum to add a die.
All right.
Does anybody want to help me with this?
What is it?
Making a communicate diplomacy roll.
Not me. Nope. Nope, not me.
Jump in there, Gus.
I only have 6 communicate, but I can help if you want.
I'll help.
All right, Jace, go ahead and roll your 1. Is that was
Oh wait,
your?
no. My communicate's a 6 too. So, Aaron, if you want to do it, go ahead.
You haven't made your roll yet, Shazun, right?
No, I have not rolled.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and give me your roll, and then Big can help, can assist.
Just 1 dice, right?
You roll 1, correct?
Okay, I got 2 successes. None.
0. All right.
Rough
So
rolling tonight. Damn.
you guys notice. So this is what you guys do notice. You guys notice that he kind of quickly turns to where Martha had left to see, seeing if she was still there, and then the one other thing you notice is what you don't notice, which is nothing else. This guy looks either completely
Generic.
yeah, he looks
Real
like a
quick,
completely
and-
generic NPC.
Am I hearing? Is everyone else
Yes,
hearing?
yes,
the same
you are.
music? Okay.
Yes.
Did I
It's
put
like-
some-
Wow, this just
Wait
got
a
like
second, I have to
super
look
like
around.
sappy.
Hey
No.
guys, we're part of the OC.
That got weird. Sorry, guys. I never listened. I never listened to the end of that. All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
After forever.
so as you guys get to, so the other thing you notice is, so you notice him kind of look for Martha. The other thing you notice is like he is either has no idea what you're talking about, completely unaffected by your question, or this guy has like the greatest poker face of all time. But as you ask that, and sorry for your question again. Your question was where the specters are.
So I heard some of you guys have defected from the
Gotcha.
specters. Is that true?
Defective from. Okay. So as he looks, he says, "It's just me and Martha here. We didn't defect from the specters, but we're no longer with the Tleilaxu that was helping them.
Okay.
And I would prefer if you don't spread that around."
It seems like it's already spread around because we heard it from the dockmaster, and
Well,
The Oral
we
can't keep
deal.
his mouth shut. I would assume he tells everybody that comes through
I-
the spaceport.
I don't know why Horal told you this. He's one of the other individuals we deal with quite a bit, but we'll talk with Horal, but we prefer if that doesn't get around, as the Tleilaxu don't oftentimes like to leave individuals behind.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call us defectors from the Spectres, but we've got no love for the Tleilaxu either. Actually, little bit of inside baseball. We're here trying to find out exactly what their involvement is with the Spectres, seeing as there was a recent attempt on a Landsrad meeting at the Capitol, and there seems to be some involvement from them, so we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Would you be able to tell us where we can find the Tleilaxu here?
He kind of leans back a little bit. If you guys are trying to hide anything or trying to deceive with body language, I'll need you to roll me a communicate check. If you're just trying to be completely open about it, then there's no need for you to roll a check.
I don't really feel like I've got any
That
reason
was
to
an
be
incredibly blunt and honest statement.
yeah,
Well, it's
I don't
because
really feel like I need to.
That's a GM statement, because me as GM, I'm making sure I don't metagame here, right? So I'm trying to
Yeah.
basically say, so he's basically eyeing you guys up at this point, right? And
Yeah.
so I don't want, if you guys are trying to hide something from him, I'm just saying, let me know.
I would say I'm not really trying to make it obvious that we're off-world, but we are working for someone from off-world. Like, not necessarily
Sure.
that we are part of an off-world house or something of that nature, but just that we have an employer who has hired us to gather information about these Tleilaxu and the Spectres based on their involvement in a altercation / attack that took place at the Capitol.
Okay. And so with that,
What's up? You going to bed? Okay.
this one's also, what is this?
Sweet dreams.
Did you make the soundtrack, buddy?
I did not make the soundtrack, but I did. I put these songs on there, but I don't remember them being that slow. All right. So as you note that, yeah,
It
like I
worked
said,
for me and Guy.
he kind of Touche. He kind of takes a step back and kind of like obviously gives you guys kind of the look over, and he says, well, if you're looking to find the Spectres, they're sometimes difficult to spot, but they do oftentimes, they congregate where there's power to be had. So if I were looking for them, you may try looking around the Capitol, the Royal Hall, but they won't be standing out as their usual self around there. The only time they normally make themselves obvious is after it's too late and they're already have you targeted for taking. But you could try looking around there. I don't know if I would trust anybody in the hall, though. They all have their own goals and plans.
With the
As
Spectres,
far as the Tleilaxu go, I think you're a little late. They've been off-worlding over the last few weeks. Not sure what happened. Don't really care. Good riddance, in my opinion, but I haven't really seen any of them around lately. Best I can tell, the only places I know that they hung out around in town accidentally succumbed to fire a few weeks back. Either what they were looking for they got, or something spooked them. That's my opinion.
Given the Spectre's proximity to the Royal Palace and the Emperor there, would you say that he is involved with them, or have they infiltrated his halls?
If he's if the Emperor's laying around with the specters, he don't know nothing about it. He catches one of them, they don't live very long. So I wouldn't be too worried about him being friends of them. The Emperor's more concerned about living out his days happily.
Okay.
So you said you're not technically a defector from the Spectres. You just no longer ally yourself with the Tleilaxu. Do you still consider yourself a Spectre?
I'm not a Spectre. I never was a Spectre. Tleilaxu, we're working with him. I don't know why. But
So why do they call you guys the defectors then?
because we're the only Tleilaxu that no longer participated in their activities they had going on around here. They were working with the Spectres. They were doing something. They looked a lot at the wildlife and the fauna around here, but our job was just about ship logistics. And once they started taking people, then we kind of lost interest in that.
Were they taking willing individuals, or are you saying they were kidnapping people and taking them off world?
There was no one willing about it, and they weren't ever making it off world.
They were experimenting on people?
I mean, I don't know. You could call it that. That's pretty fucked up doctors who experiment on people.
I agree.
They were taking them. I'm not sure what they were doing with them, but they had a fondness for the orange eyes. So as soon as Martha started developing one, that's why we had to leave.
What brings on the orange eye?
Don't know. It's something with the water. It seems to find its way into those who are out at sea for long periods of time, or especially the divers.
Divers.
Has the water been tested?
I'm sure it has. I mean, I don't know nothing special about it.
Alright.
He kind of grabs like wipes off one of his hands, and he kind of grabs a piece of thin cloth and jots something down on it, and he throws it on the table next to him, and he says, "I'd burn it later, but that was the last place I know that they were looking to move stuff that we were directed with our ships to visit. So you could try looking there to see if there's still anything there, but that's about all I know."
What's written on that?
It's a coordinate.
Okay.
Did we get this guy's name?
No.
What's your name,
You-
sir?
And they call me Dansby.
Carlos?
Nope, just Dansby.
Dansby McGee.
And Dansby.
Well, I'm gonna call you
Dansby.
Carlos.
1 second.
Would you say this is Tleilaxu or Spectre's last name whereabouts?
That was Tleilaxu. Mr. Jace, give me a Mentat discipline.
Okie dokie.
Understand roll.
So that's a talent.
Or just give me an understand roll for recall, I guess. I think your Mentat discipline applies to that, right?
When making an understand test that applies to recalling data, one of the d20s in your pool may be considered to have rolled a 1 instead of rolling it.
Okay, so just give me an understand roll for recall. If you want to use mentat discipline, you can. 2 successes.
Oh, 2 successes?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, do you have to declare that ahead of time, though?
When making an understand test that applies to data, one of the d20s in your pools may be considered to have rolled a 1 instead of rolling it.
So
basically,
declare it ahead of time.
So it's no.
Yeah,
It's just-
so you would take one of the 2 that you have, and you would say that one's a 1, and you would roll 1 to see if you get a 3rd success. That's how I read it. So by default, you have a pool of 2 unless you add to it. So one of those you now count as a 1 before you roll.
Oh, so
and
I'm just
roll
rolling.
and you just roll the other, unless you want to add 2 with momentum.
What? How many? What's just the regular pool?
2, yeah, regular pool and 2 successes needed. So if you use your mentat discipline, you're guaranteed a success, basically.
I'll go ahead and use momentum. See if we can add to it. So it's
So then you'd roll 2 dice.
okay.
Okay. So
Well, that was ridiculously bad. Okay.
so you still succeed at 19 and 17. Wow, that was bad. So you still succeed though. When you see that coordinates on that paper, you
Yeah.
immediately recall that was one of the coordinates on the book you found from the smuggling compartment of the Shadowcaster.
Thank you very much for this information.
Yeah, he kind of wipes off his hands and he goes, like I said, your shield capacitors will be out at the front gate. Again, discretion around here is a payment enough.
At this point, I'd like to adjourn back to the ship so we can have a private conversation.
Okay. Adjourn.
Is that all right with everybody?
That's up to you
I've
guys.
still got my
Sounds good to me.
I've still got my Ixion damper if we don't want to go all the way back to the ship.
True.
Well, we have to bring the shield capacitors back anyway,
Okay.
right?
I mean, we can grab them later. I don't necessarily think we have to grab them now. Although we got to go to the ship to go check those coordinates. Do we want to go to the coordinates first, or we want to go fuck around at the Royal Palace?
That's why I wanted to go back to the ship to have a conversation.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just head back there.
Real heart to
I'm
heart.
back.
We can rediscuss our genocide plans.
Look, we can still hit the core of this planet with a bomb. I'm good.
All right. So as you guys make way back for the ship, the storm weather up above has calmed some. So the scene is no longer precarious, but everything else still stands. Hurl is nowhere to be found, but you do hear some digging around in one of the back ports as he's going through some stuff. So you guys made your way back to the ship.
I'm gonna check in with the counter surveillance team.
I'm gonna check in with Guy.
Counter
or whatever
surveillance
her name
team.
is. Goo.
Counter surveillance team has nothing to report at this time. They've seen nothing. Guy does her best to smile at you politely
Yes.
and always be cognizant of your comments, but never seems to laugh at your jokes.
So you're saying there's a
That's
chance?
fine. Exactly. You're saying there's a
He
chance.
smiled.
I just want her to use the voice on him.
Give it time. Give it time. All right, so you guys are now at the ship.
All right, so. Oh wow, there's a rip in this shirt. I just noticed that.
I thought you're being in your character right now. It's like, wait, what?
I just realized, like,
That's a deep cut right there.
Right?
Deep cut.
um,
Sick burn.
All right. So let's have a conversation. Do we want to go to so we know we've established the specters are here. I don't know that we can move against them. However, we can trace back further to the Tleilaxu. Um, what do you guys think?
I feel like the Tleilaxu is probably the real threat here, so I would probably suggest going and starting with them.
Yeah, let's go fight with them. Just make sure you protect them.
Nice.
Sister Gee?
Well, I think I'm interested to see what the relationship was between the Tleilaxu and the Bene Gesserit, or I'm sorry, the Tleilaxu and the Spectres. So, I would be interested in pursuing either option.
Ah, cool.
There's
Jack?
I'm fine with whatever. I'm just a boy looking to stab.
Jack's just like when we go to combat.
Bunch of drugs.
I'm here to support
Gus,
you boys.
What do you think?
Yep, I'm with Sanud on this one.
All right, so that's two people who don't care and two people who definitely want to go to the Tleilaxu. So let's go to the Tleilaxu.
Yeah. Making moves, making moves.
And so you guys are heading to the coordinates that were given.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. So you're just going to head to the one set of coordinates you were given.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll recall the team first and then go.
Oh, recall your
Yeah.
your counter surveillance team. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so I assume you Shanud are flying.
Yes.
So if you want to go ahead and give me a move check for your pilot, 2 successes.
You
Use
gotta pay.
drive duty, so I'm doing my job.
All right.
Hell
4
yeah.
successes.
I see a 1. So as you guys head out for the coordinates that you were provided to, you do find what looks to be a possibly like a small like weather facility or some sort of like research facility out, and it looks to be like it is a facility that is stationed along one of the coastlines of one of the major continents. So ice at this point has frozen across the edges of the coastline. So the ice continues out even farther into the ocean before the ocean then becomes liquid again. So it's no longer right on the coast, but is effectively on the on like the cliff to the ice shelf that is out there. It doesn't look like you can tell if there's anything alive or any motion inside from where you're at currently. The kind of winds, still remain somewhat strong around the area, blowing up the snow or, sending the snow flying around. But it does look like there's a small facility there. Are you guys going to land and investigate the facility itself?
I'd like to, yes.
I think it makes sense.
All right.
Let's do it.
So I will ask.
I want to get into some trouble, boys.
So I would ask everyone who is entering the building to roll me a either a discipline or a understand check. Oh,
God
Gus.
damn it! I've been rolling so bad tonight.
Oh, Gus.
I'm gonna roll discipline danger sense. Just make sure there aren't like booby traps and shit. Because I said a lot of these places have been catching on fire.
All right, you can roll me that.
I'm gonna use drive power because these Tleilaxu are powerful and they need to be kept in check.
Okay, so this roll is for kind of like your investigation or observance of the facility. So you're going to use yours for like a danger check. Specifically.
Okay. Traps are dangerously powerful. They need to be kept in check.
All right, go ahead.
Boom.
All right, so Jace and Jack. Jace nailed it. Jack, where you at, Jack?
Fuck. What kind of move is this?
Say what?
What kind of roll?
It's basically like an investigate or an observation check for the area.
Yeah, but what am I actually rolling?
I said discipline or understand, your choice.
Yeah, I knew that's what you said.
Hey, you're the one who wants to stumble into a fight. You gotta be dumb to stumble into a fight.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
That's
You get
right.
knocked down, you gotta get back up.
They're never going to keep you down, Jack.
I didn't roll.
I haven't seen a roll yet.
Was it 2?
Nope. There's no difficulty. This is how much you succeed at it,
Okay.
and or fail in Gus's case.
I'm just pissing the night away.
Nice.
I'm gonna piss your night. We're playing Overwatch after this, buddy.
Okay, so Big and Jack, starting with you guys. So as you guys kind of make your way into the facility, you start to notice all of you kind of notice this general stuff as you walk through. So all of you notice this with the one success. You get that immediate hit of like char as you enter the building. So it does seem like there hasn't been a building that has burned down this entire facility, but you do get the sense that somewhere there has been flames in the not too distant past, right? So you do get that smell. As you go into the facility, though, the heavy door kind of shuts behind you guys. The wind outside the sound from the wind quickly vanishes. And so this facility is fairly hardy. You guys can tell based on that. This was designed to take on what seems like some pretty heavy storms as far as being like a weather facility. As you guys start to make your way through, are you splitting up or are you guys staying together to search the facility?
I would assume we'd stay together.
Okay. So
Am I assuming wrong?
as you guys are making,
Can we tell how big the facility is when we walk in with the way that we rolled?
it's a pretty good size. I mean, it's probably maybe it looks like it's probably about 3 floors, maybe 10 to 15 rooms. So it's a pretty good size. There's a couple of different what look to be, for lack of a better term, like offices and everything. But as you guys are continue to be on the look throughout the first floor, you do notice throughout that there are some burnt papers, like especially in like trash cans and things, as if they were like burning important information, stuff like that. Jace, looking through some of the papers, as you're reading through, you quickly realize that a lot of these are biology and will look to be like botany reports on the organic life of this planet, which stands out as being a lot of this is no longer heavily present. So you would assume that it was based on some historical information. The interesting thing that you find out about that, though, is that all of the reports also seem to have investigation into those types of plants, life, creatures living in high temperature conditions. So, not necessarily that they used to live in high temperature conditions, but exploring how they might survive or die off or flourish in high temperature conditions. You also find what looks to be a couple of packets of spice, similar to what you had found on the Shadowcaster, already pre-packaged. But you can't put your finger on it, but there seems to be something off about the spice.
Hmm.
Whether it's been burned or it has been like used and recut in some sort of way. There's something a little off about it than the packets that you've seen on the ship previously, and seeing spice and under other conditions. It doesn't have that same kind of glitter that the normal spice has, that sheen. Sazund, as you are making your way through the facility, you're with the rest of the group and everything. You're the first one to find your way into what looks to be almost like a door that's been damaged, and so it's a little difficult to slide and get open. But as you make your way into that room, you see what looks to be a table at which there is 3 bodies that are robed but dead. And you're able to notice that this table is a projection table. So in Dune, there are like books and projectors, which are basically act as recordings, but they do 3D, almost like holographic recordings. So you're able to see that this is this kind of table is one of those tables. And as you go up to it and you try to start activating the table, it does flicker on, and in front of you is what looks to be like a recording of some sort of long sea creature that looks to be worm-like, with a long tail, a long flat tail, almost like a sea snake has. If you know how they kind of like flatten out at the tip. And it has what looks to be small arm-like appendages, almost crustacean in nature, and it looks to be watching as it is flowing through, swimming through the ocean water, and then shortly after you see it and it starts to swim, the table then flickers off again as the power runs out, and the table appears to be ineffective at that point.
I think we need to get that table onto the ship.
I agree.
Yeah, I will. Was I the only person that saw this? If so,
You-
I'm gonna relay to everybody else what I saw.
So everybody can come in and see the table and the bodies at this point, but as far as like the quick activation and the sea creature, you were the only one who saw that.
Yeah, guys, I saw some long sea creature, worm-like, almost like a sea snake. It's got small arms like crustacean appendages swimming through the water.
Well, I do declare that it does sound terrible.
I'm gonna
Hotter than an Alabama tick out here.
I'm gonna see if this works, because I think I'm doing it poor justice. So I'm gonna see if this will work real quick. Hold on one second.
Jack, you grab that end, I'll grab the other.
Sounds good to me, sir.
Okay. Can you open the journal section, Shazund? And do you see a Wizenfrocht folder?
Yep,
Do you see a image underneath that?
I do. Whoa. I didn't
That is what you saw.
Is that everything you'd hoped it'd be?
That's like fucking nightmare fuel. Okay, let me amend that. Guys, I saw some weird fucked up looking worm thing, like fucking sea snake, small like appendages, like graboid shit swimming through water. It was all fucked up. And then the table died.
Jesus Christ.
That's better.
Can
That's what
I
was
show
going for.
them a picture, or do you want to stick with my description of it?
I'll hold on for your description right now, if
Okay.
you're okay with that.
That's fine.
So I apologize. The group is now trying to remove the table and get it onto the ship. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yes. Me and
Okay.
Gus are carrying it. Professional
Alright.
movers.
Are you doing that before investigating the rest of the facility, or are you just doing it like immediately?
Before
mean,
investigating
Gus
the
said
rest of the
grab it,
facility
so-
and immediately are the same thing, Chris.
I just take direction.
I'm sorry.
Someone said get on a ship, so I'm getting on
Are
a
you
ship.
going to Are you going to investigate the rest of the facility, or are you going to do that immediately? I am not leading in any way. I promise.
I feel like we were told to do this, so me and Gus
Okay.
are gonna go do this.
So
The two
as
fighters are gonna leave.
yeah, as you guys are working to do that, Gus, complication.
Oh boy.
As you guys are working to do this, and you were trying to remove the table from the floor,
Why do we have Gus do it?
unfortunately, apparently there was more structural damage than you were aware of, and a part of the flooring underneath you, one large, heavy metal grate section, collapses under your weight and the weight of the like torquing of the table, and you fall roughly about what you feel like is probably around 8 feet, maybe not terrible, but about 8 feet, and you land on a hard, cold ground, probably rock, some sort of wet rock, in the dark, and the only thing you hear is a chattering sound. And with that, we're going to take a break real quick so I can go use the restroom and set this up.
Chris, did you get my whisper?
Yep, that is fine. I will say that you did not survive the encounter.
Okay, that works.
No
I'm not
worries.
feeling so well, guys. I gotta bail.
Oh
All right,
man,
buddy.
sorry about that.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, feel better, man.
Hope it's not that
I-
hole in your shirt that makes
there-
you feel bad.
There will probably be a combat encounter coming up. Is it safe to say Jace will hang out in the back?
Sure.
Okay, fair enough. Unless you want me to play him, but
I mean, you can flail about with the vibro blade.
okay. All right,
That'll
sounds
be
good.
fun.
All right, so
Feel
yeah,
better,
let's,
buddy.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
Jim.
Take care.
let's take a quick break while I set this up and get another drink.
All right.
Trey, did you realize yesterday we played Evil Dead for 5 hours?
Huh?
We played Evil Dead yesterday for like 5 hours.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we
No,
did.
I didn't. Did we?
Well, no, yeah, we did. Well, actually, I was on prep for probably another hour after that because I played with Rob. So
Oh, okay.
we played for probably 4 hours. It's still a long time.
Was he enjoying it?
Oh yeah, he enjoys it. It's
Oh,
fun.
Good deal.
He was like, if we could get everybody to play, it would be a nightmare to have everybody to chat while we're all destroying each other.
Yeah, I'd like to get a private game going or whatever.
I said
Have
you're
enough
not
to
allowed
do
to be.
that.
I said you're not allowed to be a killer immediately. You'll just ruin everybody with your level maxes.
Yeah, the necromancer at 45 is kind of bullshit.
Well, I was reading on it. That's the first thing that they're nerfing is the necro,
Okay.
and then after that, they're gonna reduce the damage for the exploding guys, or the exploding normal guys like the ads.
The possession dude or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna reduce the damage on those. Like yesterday when we were playing that one, I was in the middle of finishing off a dude, and then he just bashed like 5 of them to death around me and the other random dude, which is why we all went down at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun. I enjoy it a lot.
Be right back. Smell
Don't
something
get me
burning.
wrong, it's not the Dreamcast one, which I don't even really remember playing, but
I just remember the when you first unlock the shotgun and the chainsaw, you go out into the area with like all the trees.
yep. And you
That
kill the
was-
first
that was
one
what
by
stood out to me.
chainsawing the chest.
Yeah. Hell, that's been fucking
20 years?
ago. Shit. God
Yeah, because
fucking
remember,
damn it.
you and I both had Dreamcasts, but you had that little memory card for the what was it, Mario or Sonic with the Chocobo racers?
Yeah, I think it was the Sonic game. Because you had there was some kind of, well, no, it wasn't Sonic.
I remember it was like the birds that race.
It may have been. They didn't do a Final Fantasy on that, did they?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to remember what fucking game that was. There
I think you were right though. I think it was Sonic 2 or whatever. Or whatever. One with the one with the
Sonic,
black Sonic and the
fucking Super Sonic or whatever. I can't remember the name
yeah,
of it.
yeah, yeah.
Bait up these fucking fishing rods.
What are you doing? Getting your license?
No, I'm putting the tackle on these fishing rods. I won't have to do
What
it
are you
at the
top or
fucking.
are you just putting top or bottom? Oh, you just
Uh,
said you're on catfish, right?
yeah, we're doing catfish. I don't know what the fucking name for this type of tackle is. I got a swivel on here with a bobber and then just like a regular hook. I think we're gonna be using. I'm probably gonna pick up some crickets. You know, last time we went up there, we used pantyhose with chicken livers in them. They seem to like those a good bit
Those
too.
work really well. Any type of gizzard that's bottom you can usually use pretty well.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Like you could go to the store and just buy chicken gizzards and use it to catch them.
Yeah, that's what we did last time. I think Dan's gonna be bringing chicken livers or gizzards tomorrow. I think he's bringing livers.
That'll be fun. Which lake are you going to again?
Crows Lake Reservoir. It's a catfish reservoir up in Athens.
That's
It's
right.
probably about 10 minutes from Dan's house. We went up there a few times last summer. Kids had a good time.
It's fun to catch catfish, especially when they're a good size.
Yeah, well, we had like the rules there. When you catch them, you can't throw them back in.
Mhm.
So when we were leaving the last time we went up there, some guy had been up there like all fucking day. We only caught like 3 or 4 fish. And as we're walking out at like closing time, this guy's like, "Hey, y'all want some extra fish?" We're like, "Sure, we'll take them." He opens a fucking cooler and there's like 8 fucking like 5 or 6 pound catfish in there. He's like, "Y'all can have them all if you want them." I was like, "Shit, yeah, we'll take them." We went back to Dan's, fucking filleted them all and threw
Fry
them in the
up.
fryer. Yeah, it was fucking delicious, dude.
You ever go striper fishing in Lanier?
No, not really. We've been out on his boat a few times. Every time we go out, I don't ever catch shit.
Well, a striper is usually better at night than in the daytime up there,
Yeah, I
and
think that's our
those are
plan.
a
We
lot of
usually don't
fun to
get out
catch
till like
because
fucking 10 or 11 a.m.
yeah, the striper are a lot of fun to catch because they fight really hard. And the Lake Lanier actually is one of the best spots in the country to get them.
Oh, okay. Hell, next time you're out here, maybe we can go out there. Can
Yeah,
you
man.
shore fish those, or you gotta have a boat?
Generally you need a boat. You need to at least be able to troll. But
Okay.
there's people that you can rent boats from and do it.
Well, Dan's got a little John boat. Me, him, and Carly, we go out on there's a freshwater reservoir over by his house, not Crow's Lake. I can't remember the name of it, but we went out there and got a couple bites probably about 2 years ago. I don't know what kind of fish we were catching there. But no, next time you come down, if you want to go fishing, let me know. I'll talk to Dan. We can get his boat out.
Yeah, let's do it. You can go bow fishing, catch some gnarly gar. So my dad and I each bought rigs for that for our bows,
Yeah.
and we've only used them one time in like a decade.
Well, hey,
Fun,
better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully this will hold.
All right. Everybody good?
Yep.
Yes.
Good. Gus. As you fall the few feet, find yourself against the cold wet of this stone floor. I think you should be seeing the scene right now. Do you?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay. As you're sitting there, it's hard for you to see. There's not much light. There are a couple of small spaces that look to have like dimly glowing, whether it's embers from a previous fire or something else. But it looks like around that area, it looks to be part of the actual facility back that way. And there looks to be some storage and everything else. I'm going to say you can't move just yet while I'm describing the scene, if you don't mind. And so as you're doing that, you hear just like a little bit of a chat of a chattering, like and from where you hear a little bit of running water, you see a flash of light, but it changes in color, and you see running up and down the spines of this hard shelled creature, like a cuttlefish. It kind of sends like a little bit of light from its tail upward. It looks to be probably about maybe 8 feet long. And I assume everyone else will be seeing it soon enough. So I'm just going to show everybody. But what you see is this creature
Terrifying.
that is a
Hello
heavy,
there.
looks like a heavy carapaced worm as it starts to stand up, almost like a large centipede. And from its mouth, it blooms out almost like a sea anemone does. Have you ever seen one kind of open up? How it opens up from the mouth and the tentacles come out.
Yes.
But as it starts to open up its mouth, instead of like soft and fluffy sea anemone things, these long teeth start to kind of just row after row just start to unfold as the creatures take a look at you. And at this point in time, I'm going to say you guys can act as the first initiative in this combat scene.
Dudes, there's a fucking thing down here. It's fucking ugly.
Did it look like a thing with sea creature worm-like with sea snakes, small little arms?
There's so many
crustacean arms?
eyes. How could there be this many fucking eyes?
Who is acting first on your team?
We're gonna
I
have
mean-
to combo attack this thing, guys.
Are we all there?
I'm gonna throw the
Yeah,
table.
let me.
at-
I'm sorry. Let me put the. Let me put it on the map. So you see
Jace
where
is
it's
gonna
at.
go in first.
Bam.
Jace jumps
Strategy,
down in the
advanced
hole. Is that
strat.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Advanced strat.
Jace,
Okay.
get a closer look for us.
All right. Is that what you want to happen? Do you want Jace to
No,
go
I'm
jump
not
down the
gonna
hole?
throw his character
All
in
right.
there.
Like I said, one of you four can choose to act first. It's up to you who acts and what you do.
Well, I don't have a
Also,
weapon.
let me draw. So there is. Oh, let me see if this will work.
Oh, Jack, this is an 8-foot drop. Can you make that?
Where are you guys looking at? I'm still looking at the shuttle port.
You guys have not been moved to the map yet because no one is down there with him. So, yeah. So
I mean, I would immediately jump in after Gus's character.
So you're acting
I think
first
we-
then.
Okay.
All right. So Jack immediately jumps down into the hole. And Jack, you find yourself next to Gus, staring at this creature as it is now riled up. Can you guys see the zones that I drew out?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And so as you jump down, you watch as this thing, in a combination of lunging, striking like a snake, as well as its back legs that are still touching the ground, like skittering forward, it lunges at Gil. Thank you. I'm like struggling with the name here. Gil, I need you to make me a battle check, if you would, please.
Was that my full movement and action and all that?
Yes.
Me
So
jumping down?
you moved into the zone. So that would be a full move. Yep.
Okay.
I'm counting the space above as a new zone.
So
Effectively.
no attack or anything this round.
No.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm going to use a point of threat.
So the battle check is my drive and skill together.
So battle is the skill,
Yep. got
and
it.
then you choose your drive,
Okay.
whatever you feel like applies.
And can I use focus on
Basically,
or
with
no?
this thing trying to attack. If you have a focus that applies,
Okay.
so what would your focus be? I guess.
The laser gun and tactics.
Okay, so then if you're choosing to use your laser gun, or I would say tactics would definitely apply here, battle tactics, so you could use that as a focus. So I have 5 successes.
Oh boy. Oh. I fucked that up.
Okay. Plus you have a shield, correct? Personal shield,
Shield belt.
And he has a
Yep.
+1 weapon.
and you have a +1 weapon. Okay, so you still fail to, as you're like getting your bearings straight, you feel Jack jump down beside you. You're watching this. You're kind of getting ready to draw your gun or blade, draw your weapon effectively. And as you do that, you feel as this thing rushes at you, and the teeth coming just straight for your, like, the meat of you, and you're able to start to kind of turn a bit. But as it hits you, your shield initially stops its initial strike. It was so fast. But then it starts to close its mouth around you, and those teeth start to dig into your shoulder. And so you effectively take 2 points, which is effectively you are considered defeated or downed. And we can get into what that means when you take a number of points of damage equal to your battle score.
Okay.
So
God
I think
dang.
I think your battle score is pretty high, so you should be okay there. But yeah, you take 2 points as this thing, basically you feel as the rows in the back first kind of start to barely dig into you, but then as it wraps its mouth around you, the longer teeth start to sink in, hitting the meat of your shoulder. I'm going to spend threat to keep the turn. And Jack, you see as from around the backside of a pillar, you start to see the light flickering from the
Fuck.
corner of your eye, and you see as another one of these things comes crawling around the
Holy
side of the pillar,
shit.
coming at you.
How hard?
And I need you to roll me a battle check.
Okay. Plus, I have
So
a shield and a +2 weapon.
Okay, so as this thing comes around at you, it similar motion, skittering with its back legs and coming and striking with you from the front. Its mouth slams against your shield, and as it starts to dig in its teeth the same way that the other one did with Gil, you're able to get your blade up in between you and it, and effectively use it to kind of hold the mouth at bay, preventing the teeth from like really digging in through your shield.
Nice.
Your guys' turn.
I've already gone right at this point. 'Cause
You
I
have
jumped
gone.
down.
Yep,
So-
you have gone. So, but any of the other members of the team can now act. So, Gil, you can act, Big or Shazund.
I want to see what Shazun does before I do anything.
Does my ship have big guns on it?
It's a smuggling ship, so I would probably say no.
Yeah, because it's built for speed, not power.
Speed and smuggling. I
gonna
would say it has
say-
some guns, but I'm not gonna say it has like major like
Would
artillery.
I have like any kind of like? I guess I'm gonna run to my ship and I'm gonna get a gun off my ship because I do not have a weapon on my character.
Jace is willing to toss his vibroblade.
I'll use that.
Jace will temporarily hand you the vibroblade. Who the fuck keeps changing the music to
What
night
do you
at work?
think? What do you
Not
think?
me,
Do
buddy.
you think our
What
your
the
ship
fuck,
would have?
guys?
Do you think your ship would have a Gao 8 Avenger on it?
Was that you, Gil? Did you change the music?
No, no, no.
Trey, do you think the smuggling ship would have a Gao 8 Avenger on it?
Yeah, absolutely. What is that?
30 millimeter A10 gun.
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
The Burt. Not a heavy gun,
All right.
technically.
So I need Big, Gil, or Suzund to make a move here.
I'm gonna dive in with my vibroblade that I just got.
All right. So
You said Gus is down.
Yes, I am down. That's why I'm just kind of waiting to see what's
I
going on.
guess I'm gonna jump down and.
You're
try
not.
to
You're
heal
not.
Gus.
You're not down. You can still
Oh.
act, Gil.
Okay,
Yeah. You just took some damage, but you're not down.
got it.
Oh,
So.
okay.
You're a pretty beefy boy.
All right.
Beefy.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, unless your battle is 2 or lower, which it shouldn't be. Yeah, 6. So yeah. So you're still up. You're still fine. Where's your character? There you go.
So many teeth.
Beefy.
All right, Schnood. So you drop down, moving into that to the scene. Big and Gil, you guys are up.
Go ahead, Gus.
I'm all like, what the fuck is this thing doing? Here.
And then are you going to try and attack it with your laser gun?
Yes, I'm pulling out my laser gun. I fell to one knee, but I didn't go all the way down. Now I'm countering.
Oh, all right. So
+2 plus a shield. Or +1
your
plus a shield.
your laser gun is a quality 0, correct? It has no quality number next to it, I believe.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so so as you watch as this thing, as you pull out your laser gun and you blast this thing, and you hit it square in what is effectively like right around its neck mouth joinment area. You know, it's a difficult shot to miss because this thing's like latched onto you at this point. So you blast into it, and you can see as the bolt kind of goes in through the armor and starts to burn into it, and you start to see as like a orangish blood liquid kind of bloop, 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 bubbles out from the neck, and as you do that, the creature, you know, being struck with that pain, pulls back and lets go of you, and as it does that, he closes up his mouth and almost retracts in like a defensive position.
So these aren't simultaneous moves; they're just all individual.
What do you mean?
So like Gus made a wound into the thing. I wanted to see if I could follow up with a syringe in it.
Oh, so
You
you
use a
can
momentum.
you'll have to drop down into the scene first.
Okay.
So
So I have to drop in
yeah.
before I do that.
So for your turn, are you going to drop in?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you can drop in, and then it will be your guys' turn again. So you can choose to go first if you would like, Big, and try
Oh, I see.
and get it with a syringe.
Well, I have to hit it in the open wound because it sure as hell isn't gonna.
That would make it somewhat more difficult of a
But I
roll.
can't. I don't think a syringe would be strong enough to punch through their carapace, right?
I mean, unless you get really lucky with the placement and you can find soft skin, it probably won't be hard enough to puncture through.
Mm,
Like its mouth looks like somewhat soft tissue. Putting your hand into its mouth, though, that's a
probably
gamble.
sounds like a bad idea.
You may
How
not
can you
wanna
do
take.
surgery with one arm? You know.
That's a good question. Unless it's surgery on yourself to repair your one arm.
I mean, self-repair the thing. It's the future.
So it's your guys' turn. Everybody has acted, so round 2, so you guys can. Whoever wants to act can act.
I mean, I would like to stab the fucker in the face.
All right. Well,
The
you
one
can
that's
go ahead and do
underneath
that.
me.
Which part of the face?
The
It's a
Eyeball-y
circle.
part.
Are you going
Plus,
for the same one that stabbed or that Gil hurt, or are you going for the other one?
sure, we'll go for the one that stabbed Gil.
Or Gil?
Or
Sorry.
Gil
Yeah.
stabbed.
Okay.
And I've got a +2 weapon, and I also have a shield, so just FYI.
Okay. Shields only count when I'm attacking you.
Okay, but my +2.
You have a
So
plus
that'd
2
be
weapon. So as you come up and you go to dig into it, you hit it with your blade, and as you do, the blade doesn't even puncture the carapace. It kind of, the point starts to get into it, but then it comes to a pretty quick stop, and you don't see any blood extending out from the blade itself. So
Oh,
it looks
boy.
like you probably just hit straight armor. And
We're gonna need those laser guns, boys.
while and the one that you're attacking, it was already in a somewhat defensive position. You start to see as its legs kind of curl up underneath
Well,
on the belly, and
I
Funny
said I was
that it
gonna
had
attack its eyes, like specifically.
yeah. So I mean, you went for it, but I'm just saying
It just hit-
as far
okay,
as hitting you,
all right.
yeah, you were able to, since it was already pulling back in a defensive position, you
Gotcha.
just hit the carapace. So
Fair enough.
um,
God, Giles' music is so bad.
say what?
Giles, he has a playlist he puts together, and then Giles puts music in, and Aaron Giles' music is the worst.
Oh.
We all agree.
Shanud, roll me a battle check.
Oh shit.
I need you to beat 4 successes. All right. So
One.
as you drop down and you have the vibro blade, you see as Jack and Gil are basically in hand-to-hand combat at this point with this large worm creature that you saw, and from next to you, along a rock pillar that's standing up, you see one of them jump off and come at you, and as it does, its mouth finds your leg, biting into it, and you take 2 points of damage, for lack of a better term.
Do I log that on my sheet somewhere?
I'm not sure if there's a spot for it or not. You may just have to keep track of it for now.
Okay.
I'll roll with you, Shanud. I'll try and heal you when you get hurt.
Yeah, so 2 points, and then so basically when the points equal your battle score, you're considered defeated. So we can track that. And then I'm going to spend a little bit of threat, and I'm going to keep the momentum, or keep the initiative, and you guys watch as the back of the room begins to a large hole towards the back of the room. You start to see a little bit of light flicker.
Is that green mark on the bottom right?
No, it's up at the top of the screen. As you see another worm's head begin to come out from the hole in the cave.
I have to ask a question.
And- Go ahead.
We need to. Can if we move to the section below? Oh, that's section 3.
Yes.
Can the worms go through that floor?
So you don't know if the worms can go through it, but it's a different zone. So the worms would have to move into that zone to keep you guys out. And so how it works is you can freely move into another zone, and if you want to attack, you suffer a penalty for attacking into another zone unless you have a ranged weapon. So for example, Gil, if you moved into zone 3, you could attack into zone 2 without penalty with using your laser gun. That being said, you can also choose to move boldly or subtly, and what that does is if you move subtly into another zone, then you can keep the initiative for free for your team. If you move boldly into another zone, then you can move another asset in another zone. So for example, it's your guys' turn now. So again, I don't want to be too metagamey, but a suggestion would be, per the rules, is Gil, you could choose to roll to move into zone 3. And if you choose to do it boldly, you would make a move check with a difficulty of 2. If you succeed, you would then be able to push one of the worms that are currently in zone 2 into zone 1.
Okay.
If you
so
wanted
that's
to.
the Distance.
I just added it to your threat pool on accident 3 times.
Just added what?
3 threat to your thing on accident.
Oh, okay. I'll take that out.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, or you can choose to. The downfall here is if you fail your move check, move boldly or move subtly, then I get to move an asset immediately. If on a bold check, if you move subtly, then you get to keep the initiative for free, so one of your other teammates can act. But if you fail
So-
that, then you can't keep initiative until the next turn.
Because we're all so close to the worms, if they do a bold move, can they do like a counter or something to stop that move?
There's not a counter to the move, so if you guys choose to move boldly, they can't like roll against it or something. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
But either way, since you have a laser gun, moving into another zone would give you some defense as well as still allow you to attack.
You know the worst part is if we made it to 3, they couldn't go through the floor, so they come through the ceiling or some bullshit.
I
I do like moving into zone 3, but my move is a 5.
So what you could do is 2 successes. What you could do is if you could also use the point of momentum to add a die. So it's your call, and then that would give you 3 die chance to score successes.
If you do it subtly though, does it change the amount that you need to roll?
It doesn't. If you move subtly, it's still 2 successes, and you get to keep the initiative for free.
Maybe move well. If he moves subtly, another person on our team could try to move. Can multiple people move subtly in the same round?
Yeah, you can move however you want on your turn.
Okay.
So, however, you can't keep the initiative for more than once. So
Okay.
if he moves subtly or someone moves subtly and then the next person moves subtly, even if you succeed,
Okay, you don't get. To
you
keep
can't
it.
keep initiative.
I got
Yeah.
you.
So moving subtly the second time doesn't make sense. However, say if the first person moves subtly, someone acts, then I act. The next person can then move subtly. Next person can act. Does that make sense for
Yeah,
free?
I would say probably move boldly and try to move one of the worms into the far away zone.
All right.
Maybe the one that's
Zone
on me.
1?
Yeah.
And again, like I said, you do have 1 point of momentum. You could use that to add to your dice pool. if you
Yeah, I'd
want.
go ahead and add that to it, Gus. Can somebody help him move boldly?
I can't do anything.
You
My
cannot.
move is a 4.
You cannot assist on the move rolls. It's a
Okay.
specific action.
How do you use momentum?
So you would, I think, on your dice roller.
So you've got a pool on the bottom right that has momentum and threat. Hit the minus icon on the momentum.
Oh, that's okay. I was hitting plus. All right, got
Yeah,
it.
so now when you roll your die, the slider at the bottom, just slide it up to 3.
The
from
3.
To 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can keep everything else the same.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, I
Oh. All right. So, you still move. So you don't not move. So you still move. What that means is one of my guys then can move as well. However, the complication I previously had on one of my worms was that they were scared, and that was the only one that hasn't moved yet. So he's not going to move until next round. So I will say that kind of fizzles. As far as your complication goes, as you move back into the other room and you're pulling away from this creature, you notice as your arm where he got you is pretty heavily hurt, and so firing with that arm might be more difficult. And so I would say for your next attack, you will be at a slight disadvantage of -1 during your next attack for it being more difficult to aim.
Okay.
And
Can Gil, or excuse me, not Gil, but can the doctor come back and help me at all?
he can, yeah. So it is still your guys' turn. My guys have all moved. So I think we've got Shazoond and Big that haven't moved yet.
Actually, Big came into the scene.
That was
Or
last.
was
turn.
that
yeah,
last turn?
that
That was
last
last
turn I came. Last round I came.
So
Don't try to kill
Shazoond
me, John.
and Big, you guys are going back to back. So whoever wants to go first, can go ahead and go.
I'll go ahead and try to move.
You go ahead.
into zone
Yeah, you
3.
go ahead.
Okay. Are you gonna move boldly, or are you just gonna move?
I
or are you
mean, will
gonna
we
move
gain
something?
anything? I guess
If
we can
you
move
move-
one of the worms out.
If you move boldly, you can still move. Yeah, you can move an ass. So you can either move one of your people into zone 3, or you can move one of the worms into a different zone.
All right, I'm gonna move into zone 3, and I'm gonna bring Big with me so he can check on Gus.
Okay.
All right.
So you'll need to roll move and get
2
2 successes.
successes.
So you do. So both of you can
I
now move into
see.
zone 3. Yep, and Big, you can move. And then Big, if you want to roll me a discipline check to check on Gil, you can do that.
What?
If you want to roll me a discipline check to check on Gil, you can do that. You can stop rolling your whatever you're rolling over there.
I was restacking.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
sure.
Hey, it's the first one I've done
All
tonight
right.
that I had to.
Good job. So Gil, you he kind of he's over and is able to hit you with a painkiller adrenaline combination.
Wait, use the right
so-
syringe, right?
Yo, you want one of these steroid shots?
D-back
It-
me, baby.
Did he is the question. So then end of round, your guys go. Everybody can act again.
John, you should probably get out of there since you're by yourself,
Um,
if you
and I'm
can.
not doing any damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that
I'm gonna-
third one is
So-
in zone 1's going to be pushing in as well. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck at least 3. At least if you're back here, we're all together, and we can try to hit the stairs if worse comes to worse.
Just a note of clarification. You don't feel like you can't do damage. You just didn't on that particular strike.
Okay.
So I
Well,
just
in
wanna
that
throw out there.
case,
You're going to fight all of them on your own?
because that's what Jack
Because
does.
he's fucking Jack. Yeah.
Could I can attack before I go into a zone, right? Or no, it's
You-
attack or move.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
And at this point, I've taken 0 damage.
Correct.
So
But
I'm
we
gonna
don't know
attack
how
the
much
one.
damage they do to you.
I'm gonna attack the same one we've been attacking.
All right, go for it.
Right. Plus 2 weapon.
All right.
Yeah, if you want the syringe, it'll make your arm shorter, but twice as strong.
Shit. 2 19s. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
You could have waited.
All right,
God,
so,
you're so fucked.
As you come across to attack, you basically come at him and doing kind of like a caterpillar standing on his back legs move. He kind of like whips around and pushes you out of the way as you're coming into attack. So you effectively can't get your blade
Gotcha.
to find purchase on him. And so then, unless you guys, I don't think you have momentum actually. You don't have momentum. So, all right.
Damn it.
Something.
Roll me a battle check, Mr. Jack.
Gladly.
I have 0 successes, so you have to beat
I
a
feel
2.
you. I feel you. Actually,
I'm sorry, you have to
I have
beat
a
a 1.
shield, so
Well, roll for some momentum.
watch both of you. Watch this just be amazing.
Oh,
No.
Boom.
so
oh,
you
shit.
so you get 1 momentum.
Yep.
As this creature kind of whips around and puts you off balance at first, it then basically comes down right on top of you, and its legs basically almost wrap you up in a way, so that while its teeth don't find you and does not hurt you, you cannot move until
Okay.
you've freed yourself.
This is the one I'm attacking, though, right?
Yeah, this is the same one you've been attacking, the one next
Okay.
to
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
you.
Like, I can still attack it, right? I just
Yeah,
can't
you
move.
can attack it, just no move.
Okay.
Then your guys' turn again. Who wants to act? Gil or
Yeah,
Sanud?
I'm gonna jump in here with my laser gun and snip that creature that's on Jack right now.
Well,
All
wait.
right.
Can you use your laser gun to free him? Or would that have to be like a super
you
high
could.
roll
I would
type
say
thing?
you could attack the assets, his legs. You can basically try and blast off his legs, providing Jack a way out,
That's it.
or you can just go for him directly.
But if he hits
What
a
do you- it's
complication,
up-
will he blast my legs off?
Who knows?
Good.
Who knows?
And that's the
I say try
complication.
it.
You don't know.
Oh man, I
But
am
at
like
least if
the
you
king
but
of
if you free
complications.
John, then
Risk it for the
John
biscuit.
To be
brother.
to be clear, it's a little weird because it's a worm, but to be clear though, if you attack the asset, it won't deal damage. So if you can free John or you can deal damage. Basically.
Don't worry about freeing me. Do damage.
All right, I'm going for damage.
All right. So you can roll me a battle check with your lace gun.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So you succeed.
You roll another complication. Okay.
I fucking did, man. I did. All right, so you watch as the bolt again basically burns its way through the heavy armor of this worm, and as you do that, the worm that you've now hit twice, you watch as its jaw starts to slack a little bit from where you've hit it close to the neck now twice, and it does not look happy. As a matter of fact, it starts to basically starts to take off, trying to get away, but it can't move right now because it's not. It already moved. So, but complication is this thing is like, fuck out of here. So I am going to move boldly. Oh. So as the other worm starts to come across the river and watch it goes, it starts to flash its little bioluminescence, drawing the attention of everyone else as it does. And as that happens, the other worm starts to slip in towards you guys. And now it is your turn. So, Big or Shanud?
I'm ordering a T-shirt.
Is there these light sources in here? Is this like an open flame, or what is that? Or are there light?
It's like
sources?
the embers. It's like embers left from what looks to be a flame.
Is there anything in here that's flammable, like oil or something, that I could use to create like an area of fire?
I would say roll me a understand check.
I'm gonna roll understand power because these worms look pretty powerful, and great power needs to be kept in check.
I will say that the power of the worms is concerning to you, so I'll allow it.
One success.
All right. So as you start to look around the little storage room that you guys are in, you don't see any you don't see anything that's immediately flammable, but you do see what looks to be like a dead body of a previous a humanoid that looks like it's been mostly consumed at this point, eaten.
Ugh.
And it is holding what looks to be possibly flammable, like some sort of flammable box.
Yeah, probably chemtrails.
So it's like you're able to use what you understand to determine that was probably what they were using to light the fires in the facility,
Okay.
but you're not exactly sure.
What they were used as like a
if-
fuel source.
Yeah, as a fuel source.
Okay. I guess I'll take that box or whatever they're using to make the fire, and I want to. I guess I looked for a fuel source in the room. I didn't find one. Would it be feasible for me to continue looking, or would you say that I feel like I've searched the room and there is nothing in here for me to start?
I would say next turn you could continue to look. You could also use the cloth or the wood if you wanted to create a fire like out of those items, but that wouldn't be something like spread oil or something.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I mean?
want
Like it
something
wouldn't
that
be
I could like possibly
aggressive.
throw at them or put
Right.
create a blanketed area of fire. So I'll take the box and I'm gonna keep looking next time I go.
Okay. Big. Or I'm sorry, it's my turn. So the
I haven't gone
individual.
yet.
I know you haven't, but it's my turn.
That's
So
never your turn.
the individual that the worm that was sneaking up on you guys previously comes at you guys.
Oh, that guy traveled far.
Big, and roll me a battle check.
Me?
Yep, and I'm gonna use a little bit of threat.
Oh, I'm gonna be fucked. That's
Just
my
a
last
dash.
one.
Oh,
Oh, god damn it.
6. You got 6. You need 6, buddy.
Yeah, ain't that happening.
All right, man. I wish I got threat for succeeding over. So as the creature, like I said, as you get distracted by the other worm moving brightly into the zone with Jack, the other one kind of slips in without giving any light source away. And Shanud, you watch as it sneaks up and it starts to wrap around you, Big, and it starts to bite in towards your hip, and you take 2 points.
Where's our health at? Or do we have a bar or anything?
So you just need to keep track of it, and basically when
Alright.
you take damage equal to your battle score, so when your damage points equals your battle, then you're considered defeated.
Ugh. We don't have far to go then.
So, all right.
Can I just use these advancement points already?
You
just
use them real
I'm
quick
just
up your
kidding.
battle.
I'm
You
just
can do it if you want. You're in the middle
Well,
of
I
battle.
thought
You learn.
I thought you couldn't use advancement points to advance your lowest ones.
You can. No, you can. You can advance whatever you want. Big, you're up.
I guess I'll try to get away from the worm. I don't think a syringe will go through, but I do have my knife. Would that be if I were to try to, like, it's coiling around like you said, right?
Yeah, that was just for flavor. That doesn't really have an effect, but you can add to it if you want.
Well, I was gonna say, as it's coiling around to try to get out of the grip of it, can I use my knife to try to push it away? Because
You're not. You can get away from it. You're not in its grip if you want to run. So you can attack it if you just want to attack it. But yeah, you can also get away from it. To get away from it, you would probably need to like flee upstairs though right now.
yeah, and my move isn't very high, so
You can move out of the zone if you'd like. Like I said, you'd move. You
well, I move
basically
into
move
one
up the
zone and move
stairs.
into the other.
Well, I mean, there's another. I'll draw it real quick. There's an implied other zone here, which is like upstairs. You can go.
Yeah,
up the
but I only have like a move of 5, so it doesn't really change
that
much.
that
for
doesn't
me.
matter though. You can move one zone every round, no matter what your move is.
All right, well then, I'm gonna do that, and then next turn I guess I'll heal myself.
All right.
So I'm moving to zone
So
X4.
there's not really damage healing in this game.
Okay.
So you
Well,
healed his
then-
complication. Just throwing that out there, just so you're aware.
Healed whose
Does that-
complication?
Uh,
Mine.
heals.
Heals.
Yeah. So
Wait,
when you healed him, you basically heals him. So does that change
Okay.
what you want to do, or do you still want to move out of the zone?
Well, if it hits me again, then I'm gonna fucking die. So I kind of have to get out of here. I don't really have a choice.
I mean, you can move. I'm not telling you can't move. I'm just trying to give you all the facts so that you know.
But no,
you got
I
going on?
get it. But
Yeah.
because I can I actually use my advancement points and up my battle or what?
I'll allow it if you want to up your battle. You can.
How many is it points does it take to to upgrade it
10.
for one?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna use all 10 for one.
Okay.
I have 5.
And then do you want to attack?
Yeah, I might as well. Is this one the one that's wounded?
This one is not wounded.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try to attack it. I guess. So
All right. Roll a battle. You need 6 successes.
God damn it. I mean, I think it happened, but yeah, there we go.
All right.
It's been an awful night of rolling for this character. I've won.
Hey,
I think
you
I've
guys-
had 3 or 4 total successes
You guys
all night.
slaughtered my Raiders the other night, so I don't even want to hear it. All right, your guys' turn. Or no, I'm sorry. At this point in time, and I guess
Save me.
I'll bring Jace down too at this point. Why not?
He came down.
Say what? Yeah,
she
she
did.
yeah,
she's
she did.
concerned about me because she's worried about not hearing my choice
And
anymore.
she's going to attempt to move boldly into the other area. I'm gonna act like she came down last round because I totally forgot about them. So she's going to move boldly into the other area. And she succeeds. So as she moves into the other room, she starts to come up behind the worm, and you guys hear and you see her as she looks a little bit confused or maybe curious, and you hear as she starts to whisper something. You can't really make out what she says, but as she does that, the worm kind of like skitters its way back into the other zone, and then
That's my girl.
Jace, not having a weapon, will then just slide into this other zone.
Oh, did he get rid of his laser gun last game? That's right.
He gave
did.
it, yeah, and he gave his vibroblade to Shuzun. So, all right, your guys' turn to act. Everybody can act again. New round.
John's stuck with everybody again.
I mean, I'll attack this bitch again.
I know
Go
you
for it.
will. I'm trying to see if I can buff you before you attack though, or something. I can hit you with a
So,
turn, increases your attack.
The one that was on top of you has at this point in time kind of released the grip that it had with its legs.
First
It
mistake.
looks to be as if it's trying to start to skitter off.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill it.
All right, go ahead. Roll me a battle check.
See if I can roll anything that's not garbage. Jesus. Plus
All
2
right.
with the knife, though.
+2 with the knife. All right, so this one is already wounded. And I will say, as you come into it, you're able to find one of those spots that the carapace has already been cut through some, and you jam your knife into it. And as you do, the worm just kind of like tumbles downwards in one fluid motion. And its legs continue to twitch, but it stops moving. Its whole body stops moving.
Damn, nice job.
I just yell, "I'm the jungular bitch," and then that's where we're at.
That's it. Just as the game, that's where we're at as a game. I'm the.
I
No,
love
yeah,
that.
that's
I think my
"I'm the
favorite part
jungular
about John,
bitch."
my favorite part about John's character is he's told that to everybody, and it's my favorite part.
Even people who have no idea what's going on. Roll me
Yeah.
another battle check, John.
I mean, to be fair, my character doesn't even know what's going on about
I
that.
love it. I love it. I just love that you tell everybody. It's my favorite.
You need 3 successes.
Well, that's not gonna be a
Oh.
problem because I got a shield, bitch.
No, I was already counting the shield. So I got 3 successes, but they have a +1 attack asset.
My knife doesn't
Which-
matter in this situation.
No, your knife matters on attack,
Shit.
not on defense.
So I have a +2. So I fucked
as
up.
it comes down and you stab the other one and you watch as it falls as you're admiring your work and telling this dead worm, "I'm the jungular bitch." His friend doesn't seem to enjoy that, and for lack of a better term, bites you in the ass. And you take
Yo,
the
John,
ass.
I love that you're yelling at a
Ouch.
dead worm that doesn't even speak. That you're the
I look at him.
jugular.
And I say, "You're next."
So I think, is that 4 for you, or have you been hit
For
before?
what?
Have you taken damage yet?
No, I haven't taken damage
Okay,
yet.
so then you've got 2. So just make sure you're keeping track.
2 damage,
Yeah, damage. And so when your
Even
damage
though-
equals your battle score.
even though I missed by 1.
Yeah, so you do the damage equal to your asset +2. So like when you hit with your +2 asset, you deal 4.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
So like,
+2 damage.
okay, I'll have to find out.
And it has to go all the way up to my battle.
Battle. Yep.
So
All right. So your guys' turn. Someone else other than Jack can act.
I don't think
So I had taken damage earlier. So
you took 2, so just
Yeah.
make sure you remember 2.
What
What's
the
your
fuck?
What's your battle at?
so my battle's at 6, so I'd be putting battle in for 4, right?
I was no, just 2. You've only taken 2, right?
Well, my battle's 6, and if I take 2 off, then that's 4.
Oh, then you're at 4.
Got
Well,
it.
I put the number in focus. I didn't take it away from the actual skill, so that way you can still know what your
Alright.
max is.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I guess can I keep keep searching the room looking for any kind of fuel?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna do. I think I rolled discipline last time.
Yeah, you can roll discipline again.
All right, 1 success again.
I'll say so, kind of like an extended action. So
Okay.
you found the flame the first time. You are able to find what is effectively some rocket fuel this time. So some like some
Rocket
ship
fuel, burning up these worms up here alive.
And so next turn, if you would like, you can use that asset to attack.
Okay.
So then it is my turn, and he's going to move boldly. All right. So as the worm starts to move its way into the room, it comes in between the two of you, or comes in between the group, cutting you guys off, and Sister Guy is pushed back into the cave. And now it's your guys' turn. Who would like to act?
So how beat up is that creature by John right now?
That one hasn't been hit yet.
Not at all.
Okay.
He killed the
fresh.
one, but this one hasn't been hit, and the
Neither-
one by us
yeah.
hasn't been hit.
Both
Got
of the worms, neither one of the worms have any damage on them at the moment.
So the one by John, what's the blue dot over it?
I'm not.
Or is that like a cursor? Never mind. Well, if it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. So I'm going
Gus,
to.
Gus, do you have a shield?
I do have a shield. Yeah.
Do you have one as well, Trey?
Yeah, I got a personal.
Does Sister Guy have a shield?
It doesn't look like it.
I'll move to the next room, and I will give Sister Guy a shield.
You have an extra shield?
I should have 2.
God
I
damn
actually have
romantic.
3. I actually have 3. I have 3. from
Why
what
do
we
you
looted
have
in the
3
beginning.
shields?
I don't know. For whatever we looted in the beginning. I don't know. So
All
I
right,
can give
I'm
her.
gonna start
I can give-
monitoring assets. I see.
What do you want me to do?
No, it's fine. We'll allow it for now. All
Okay,
right. So then I
so-
think that was everybody. Or Gil, have you moved this round?
I have
So-
not, and I'm going to attack the monster in my zone.
All right.
You're the one that added the shields. You have to remember that. I didn't do it.
I said everybody grab one. I didn't say grab.
No,
4.
you added the shields to my character sheet the next time.
Ooh, all right. So as you blast at this thing with your laser gun, the laser gun seems to be pretty effective against these things, and you find that it hits again, and you watch as the skin starts to build to smoke and melt away, and the again the orangish blood begins to kind of bubble out.
Not calcified though, which is nice.
It is not. And then I think that's the end of the round. So next round, your guys' go. Anybody can act.
Can I
Go ahead.
attack? Can I move into zone 3 and attack the area with the syringe?
You cannot move and attack.
So I'll just attack the one that. Oh shit! I can't get the one by John either.
You can attack
Yeah,
it if you
can.
want.
He's in your zone.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'll just a regular attack with my knife for this one. Not
All right.
that it's going to be a good attack or anything.
Go ahead. You need to
God damn it!
be you need to be 4 successes.
Well, ain't gonna happen, but here you go.
All right. So
That's the best roll of the night, baby.
as you come up and you go to stab it, you thrust as hard as you can, and it just tick
God,
right
I
against
fucking,
the armored carapace.
I got science arms. I'm such a baby.
science arms. I like that.
With a book
However,
next time.
I did a hit with a butter knife.
roll me a battle check.
Me?
Yep, Mr. Big. Oh wow.
Oh,
Any-
come on, give me
any-
just anything.
I'm about to say you needed
Thank
more than
God. Thank God.
you needed more than a 1 because I have a +1 asset.
Oh, never mind.
So
God damn
no,
it.
you're good. You're fine. You're good. So you succeed, and as he goes to attack you, he actually the creature actually misses, and as it's digging into your shield, it comes back, and as it does, there's now one like large tooth that was ripped off as it was coming back that kind of hung in your shield for just a second before dropping to the ground in front of you.
Like shield here, I can put it in my stash and earn abilities.
Sure. Your guys' go. Next
Yo,
action.
John, he's open
Alright.
for you to attack his ass.
I'm gonna attack his ass.
All right. He pulling back from the shield, he's unable to counter in battle, so all you have to do is beat his 2 carapace.
That's a +2 also on top of that.
All right. So as you watch as
Hell
he
yeah.
starts to rip back and rips one of his teeth out, you're able to find a weak spot in between 2 of the plates of his back and just jam your blade up into it.
All
Hell
up
yeah.
inside that ass.
Yeah. And as you pull
I
it back,
fucking love it, baby.
you pull it back, you hear like
You're
the
fucking beating his
scraping
ass.
of your blade on the armor plates, and your blade
Nice.
is coated in a nice thick orange sheen.
Nice.
All right, and then Shanud, roll me a battle check.
Nice job, John.
Shanu's gonna torch this bitch.
4.
Okay,
did
brother.
I didn't do anything. I just stood there and missed with a
You
button.
gotta have a
One.
complication.
All right, so as you're like getting ready, working, trying to figure out how this box builds up on its flame, the creature starts to pull back as if it's going to strike you again, and as you look at it to kind of start to dodge, it comes around and it has what looks to be like small pointed pincers on the backside of its legs, and comes at you with 2 of those, hitting you
Hey, John,
for 2 points.
Horrifying.
you like my new coasters?
Jesus Christ.
And it's your guys' turn again.
It's Jason Bourne.
So I think we got Gil and Shanud that haven't acted yet.
That's right.
Yoshi made them. It's cool.
Who's going? Both of you can go back to back because both my guys have gone. So
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to set the one in front of me on fire now.
all right, I would say roll me a move check for your toss of this fuel.
All right, I'm gonna use drive justice because this thing just scratched me, so I need to set it on fire.
All right.
Hell yeah. Because it's so powerful.
Got 1 success.
Right, I
Yeah, dude.
will
Hey,
attempt to dodge. All right, so as you start to throw the fuel around it, you're able to catch some of it on there, but the body of it almost looks like it sheens off
Okay.
on the side that you caught. So probably could realize it could stick to like the belly of it, but like the back seems to be water resistant
Okay.
or liquid resistant. And then Gil.
Yep, I'm going to fire at the creature in zone 3.
All right.
hell yeah, nice. I thought that was John
Damn,
using
alright,
his
so-
voice mod.
Again, you using your laser gun, your advanced laser gun skills, even as it attempting to dodge the material that Shanud threw against it, you're able to blast it again, and you hit it,
Oh,
and
shit.
it starts to rear back in pain as it drills into its stomach. Shanud, you do notice though, as it comes into contact with the creature, a little bit of the material that had thrown on it does seem to ignite, but there wasn't enough, so it kind of quickly fizzles out. But it does look like that fuel will ignite pretty easily
Okay.
if you decide to use it again.
Did I use all of it, or have I still got some on
No,
it?
I would say in the jug you had, you could probably get another good chunk out of it.
Okay. All right.
And then new round, your guys go. Who's going
Can you
first?
send me the map again? I clicked the shuttle port map, and it closed that other one completely. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna attack this thing again. Oh, well, god damn, it's almost so useless because my battle's
Well,
slow.
I can attack it first and see what happens first. Maybe
That's
give
good.
you an opening.
And and well, not even just that, but if there's a complication, I can help you with that. So yeah,
Yep.
you go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna attack him again,
All
right in the same spot.
Same spot.
That's a +4. Or
All
a
right.
+2.
As you come into it, you go to attack the same spot, but as he starts to move around, those plates seem to close and protect it from your strike.
Even with the +2.
Even with the +2, I have yeah. So these guys have this guy, since he's already been damaged, has a 1 from his carapace. So.
Gotcha. Oh, and I didn't even.
and
I don't have the threat and momentum. Do we have any momentum?
You have
Not that I-
you have 1 momentum.
We have 1.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
So yeah, someone can add 1 to their dice if they would like.
Yeah. Not right now.
And
That's cool.
then,
Did you get to hit him, or was it even?
No. I clinked off his armor
Jack, roll me a battle.
with. Plus a
Cool.
shield.
And plus, okay, so as this guy, as you're like now at this point in hand-to-hand combat with this giant monster worm,
As Jack did.
yeah, similarly to how it attacked Shanud, it now it seems to be almost intelligent in a sense that it seems like
God damn it!
it seems like it learned that you have learned its battle tactics. So before it strikes, it actually swings back around with its tail, striking you for 2 points. And then it is your guys' go.
If nobody else got anything, I'm gonna try to douse this worm again.
So when
Go
you
ahead.
douse it, do you have to hit it in the wound or what?
I think I need to hit it on the stomach.
That was mostly just flavor because you
Okay.
didn't get enough. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try to douse him again.
all right, I'm gonna roll my you roll move, I roll my move.
Does anybody mind if I use this momentum?
Go for it.
You need 3 successes.
Go right ahead.
Are you gonna be able to hit that?
I missed.
So yeah, so as you throw it again, you don't actually miss the creature, but you're catching the parts, like I said, of the back that seem to be where the fluid seems to sheen off.
Yeah, I didn't quite want to catch fire. I got you.
All right, and then it is now my turn. Shanud, roll me a battle check. You need 3 successes.
Baby.
I got 2.
Oh, all right. So as you kind of douse it again, it angrily sees at you and comes in and just basically catches you in the meat of your torso with its teeth. So you take another 2.
Okay, so when I hit my battle stat, I'm down, right?
You are So you are
That
considered
puts me at 6
defeated.
total. All right, so I am defeated.
Okay. So then.
Does that mean he's dead?
No, he is not dead. So basically, you now have a couple of different things you can do. Once per scene, you can choose to use your resist defeat ability, which basically means it either adds 1 point of momentum or it costs 1 point of momentum, adds 1 point of threat. But basically, that means you are still up, but you're at 1 point away from being defeated again.
I don't think we have any momentum to spend on that, so.
You can,
Not
like I said, you can.
We can
provide
roll
one
for
that.
it though.
Okay,
Can we
so
roll
I
just
can
short?
give you a threat to do that.
Correct. Yeah. So you
Okay.
just give me a threat.
I'll give you a threat. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Do I have any more of this fuel in my container? Or have I used it all?
I would say you're out at this point.
Okay. Was there another container like next to this one? Would I be able
You
to
could
grab more fuel?
Yeah, you could grab another one if you'd like.
Okay, I'm gonna grab. Looks like there's stairs down here at the bottom. I can't tell if they go up or down, but anywhere's
go up.
better than here. So I'm gonna grab more fuel and I'm gonna start setting those fucking stairs getting them ready to set on fire, I suggest we get the fuck out of here.
All right.
How much
so,
health does the one that John's fighting have left?
It looks pretty hurt, but you don't know.
Hmm.
Then it is, I guess, Gil and Big have yet to go.
Well, I guess it's time for the fitness Grand Pacer test, baby. I'm going to attack the worm that John's been attacking
Go for it.
for no reason at all.
Roll me a battle check.
Boy. Fuck. Can't win.
All right, so you, so as you come up to attack it, you strike dead into the carapace again, not finding any type of soft flesh. Gil, I think you're up.
Yes. I'm gonna hit the creature in zone 3 again.
All right. Roll me your battle check. Ooh.
Nice. Hell yeah.
All
nice
right,
job.
so you succeed in hitting it, and as you do, you watch as this time you find it basically as it's pulling back from Shanud, its mouth still open. You're able to fire your shot almost directly into its mouth, and as you watch as it lights up briefly into the mouth, and then the creature kind of falls down into the puddle of fuel that's kind of around it on the ground now. Puddle of fuel and water.
I have a question.
Uh,
The type of gun that Gus had, if he shot the puddle of fuel, could he light it on fire?
I'm gonna say probably not, just because I don't know the rules on that.
Well, I didn't know that.
I don't either. Yeah.
don't know why, so.
John, roll me a battle check.
Cap.
You need
I'm sorry, that was really loud. I apologize.
2 successes.
You're still quieter
really
than all your
excited.
voice mod bullshit.
God damn, motherfucker, dude.
All right. So, after stabbing you, you're kind of a little bit, now concerned about both ends of this worm as it comes down and it catches into you, and you're able to throw up your arm in defense, but the grip of the teeth start to rip into you. Take 2 more points.
All right.
And then it's back to you guys for the
I'm gonna attack
remainder
it
of your
immediately.
actions.
I'm gonna attack it
So being a
immediately.
doctor, I can't heal anybody. I can only get rid of complications.
You can get rid of complications. And technically there's no healing in the combats. So
Do we have any
Uh,
momentum?
No.
you do not.
I don't fucking.
Oh
I
shit,
don't fucking
son.
need, 'cause that's 6. 6. And you're not gonna get 6 because now we got momentum.
God damn.
What do you want? How do you want to kill this thing?
Oh fuck yeah! All right, so it's bit me. It stabbed me with its ass. So
And it's
I'm
bit you
going to.
again. It's bit you twice,
It
technically.
just bit me twice. I'm gonna go over the top and just bury both knives in the fucking skull, and then just like drag it down until it just stops like shuddering and moves, like
And
into the
that-
brain. Pull.
As he's doing this,
Big gives you the small cap. All right, you guys see standing now as there's the 3 bodies of these worm creatures. The leg will occasionally twitch. There will occasionally be like a very soft, almost like firefly like glow, and then kind of quickly die out. But these things are effectively dead. They're not moving anywhere. These are just inclinations of the natural body occurring after the fact.
question:
sorry.
do we know what these types of worms are, or we just know we got in combat with them? Like, are these common worms?
I don't think. Roll me an understand check.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I really wish Jace wouldn't have told me to pick up that table.
Fuck.
No,
Dude,
once
I suck at rolling tonight. Jesus.
one success is fine. Based on the makeup of the worms and kind of some of the stuff that you've seen in the papers up above, the worms do seem to be, I guess I won't say like prevalent around the planet, but there's definitely a common thing as there was lots of notes about these worms. in the notes that you guys saw around the facility.
Well, I will take some samples of the carapace for sure, and see if we can
Yeah, and I will
see if we can build something similar to help us.
I will say everyone, give me an understand check. And I'm also assuming Jace and Guy help here.
What the
So
fuck?
with that, I need 2 combined successes from the 4 of you. For
I got
understand.
one.
You
So
got
that
one.
was an understanding of what?
Just an understand. Okay. John
yeah,
coming,
John.
the big brain Jack coming through.
God
Jack's-
damn it, Shanood.
Complication.
Jack's been really hurt,
Complicated.
and he's just kind of sitting there bloodied, and he's just like, I think I understand these things.
Don't you worry, Jack. I'll heal you when we're back.
Woo!
Fine.
All right. You guys fucking killed that. All right. So, as you guys are kind of looking around the area, Jack notices something towards the back of the water and the little stream that runs through this underground cave area, and calls to the team. Shanood, as you come up, you all now see, and Shanood, this kind of hits you a little bit harder than most. The like light glint in the water that almost looks like the shining of spice. And as you're noticing that, you in the dark and the wet, and being heavily hurt at this point, slip falling into the water briefly. And as you do, and you hit into the water and kick up some of the dirt in the bottom, catching some of it in the face and everything. As you kick up the bottom of the dirt along the little underground creek here, more of the glint of the spice kind of flows up, and as it does, you get the water hits you in the face and everything, and you almost get like a numbness that starts to come over you. It helps with the pain, but also you start to your thoughts have almost left you at this point, and you're just unable to hold a specific thought in your head for longer than a few moments. And every time somebody says something to like check on you, are you all right, or hey, maybe you should get out of there, almost without thinking about it, your body kind of responds, and you start to take on those actions. It lasts for only a few minutes though, and then you kind of feel the haze of your brain start to go away, and you start to get your thoughts back. But the feeling was almost, in some ways it was kind of similar to taking the spice for navigation, but it didn't feel anything like the spice melange that you're used to. Big and Gil, while that is also going on, you guys looking around in this small storage room, you guys find, like I said, there's a dead humanoid that looks like they had been eaten by some of the worms at this point. You can kind of tell that it's a similar wounds, and looks like they had been eaten by some of the worms. It's also, you guys could tell from previously that it looks like they were the ones that were probably setting fire to some of these facilities. On their person, no, the people. On their person, however, you do find what looks to be like a distrans device that has not been put into somebody yet, and that is one of those devices that gets put into people to hold a secret message. So you do find that on them is a distrans device that doesn't have any, like I said, it hasn't been inserted into a living creature yet, as well as you find that they have a laser gun on them, if somebody wants to take that.
Trey, do you want that?
Sure.
And
Well, Trey or Jace, one of the two. We can't tell what Jace wants. But
What is Jace's battle?
I don't think it's great.
I'm
Jay
surprised.
specifically gave up his laser gun to move to a blade as well, so
I'll take it.
Yeah. You guys can trade back and forth if you want. I assume you also give Jace back his vibroblade.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then you also find what looks to be like another packet of that spice material that Jace found from upstairs.
Another packet of spice. People are doing drugs. It's not good. Drugs are bad. Is my girlfriend okay?
Guy is fine, and she is heavily interested in both the glittering of the river, as well as the worm creatures themselves.
Boom. Taking samples, making moves.
She is actually trying to collect some of it.
Excellent.
Very fascinating creatures, she notes, in almost like a scientific way.
God damn, I'm glad I became a scientist.
Hey, real quick, Chris, how much longer are you expecting this session to go? I probably need to log off in about 15 or 20 minutes.
So I was going to allow you guys to kind of clean up, do whatever else you wanted here, and that was basically it.
Okay, alright, cool.
This man's gotta go fucking slay fish tomorrow.
I understand. Yeah, so like I said, with that done, the Sister Guy does comment, you know, that I can't tell if they're, you know, using this this compound as a poison and they're putting it into the water, or if they're extracting it.
I think they're pulling it out because they were saying that they had a fixation on the orange-eyed people who mostly were working out at sea. I'm guessing this is... Would my character know about the Fremen and their blue eyes and it's caused by the spice and all that stuff, or is that more inside baseball on Arrakis?
You would know that it's caused because that's one of the first things that happens to the navigators as they start to turn, right?
Okay.
They first obtain the blue eyes and then they start to turn into their other forms.
It seems like they're... And I'm spitballing here. It seems like this is kind of a similar spice reaction, but whatever kind of spice this is causes their eyes to turn orange instead of blue, and that may be what the Tleilaxu were focusing on here, trying to figure out what was causing it. It seems like they figured out it's these worm things that we have down here. It seems like the Tleilaxu may be trying to break the Arrakis monopoly on spice.
Huh, that's a good idea, actually.
The Emperor's probably going to want to know about this.
Yeah, but can we trust the Empire here yet?
No, I'm talking about the Galactic Emperor, like the Padishah Emperor.
Gotcha.
And I would assume there will be many in the universe that want to know about it. So I still don't fully understand how the specters are playing into this, but I would like to at least find someone to speak to about them and discover why they're, or if this is part of their ability to reach off planet. If they were somehow using the whatever this is, spice, to improve their to increase their reach into the outer worlds, that would definitely be something that we need to determine and possibly bring to an end.
Well, you know, one way to bring it to an end is to destroy this whole planet. Genocide's back on the table, boys.
It's back, baby.
And before we go down to 30-minute genocide conversation, good game. Bye.
Jim's not here. We are all in agreement.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I need Jim. Come back.
Before we do, okay, well, we can do it next.
So
game.
are you okay? So a quick, I guess a little bit of cleanup here. You guys are still trying to take the table from the room, I assume.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
After
Well,
after all of that,
After
fuck
all
yeah.
that,
Yeah, we're definitely
definitely.
taking the table.
Is there some type of like memory storage device on the table, like a card or something? So
I
we
was
wouldn't have to
assuming-
take the whole table. We just
I
take
was-
the data core or whatever.
I was assuming already that you guys were trying to take basically just like the
Yeah, we just want to get the
recording
data
systems.
recording. We
Yeah,
can find
I was.
our own
You guys weren't
projector
taking the
shit.
whole. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
No, we
I was
were
already-
taking the whole
Oh, yeah,
table.
we were taking
because
the
whole table. Oh, well, okay.
told
We were
take
committed.
the table, and me
I
and
still
I
would
Gus
like
need
that
a pool
idea.
table
decided.
on my ship. Let's get that
Jace,
fucker out.
Jace clarifies. Just take the recordings.
Oh, you know what? That would have made so much more sense. We would have fallen into the fucking hole.
Hey, you have a hole in your ass. Calm down.
I'm a
Yeah,
little
why?
woozy. Still a little woozy.
So you guys are able to collect that information and get it back to the ship. And I will say that do you guys finish the arson job on your way out, like you were preparing, Shanud?
Yes.
Yeah, no
Well-
one wants to see those worms again.
We should finish it. If we start it,
Could
we should.
we,
Finish it.
you know what? We should grab one of these worms and take it back to Persephone. We should start our own spice production.
Well, do these work? Well, I haven't analyzed it. Do we know that they actually do the spice?
Are you taking a carcass? Are you guys gonna AVP this shit?
I mean, I'm in
Yeah.
to take the whole thing. I just didn't
Gonna
think
put a-
you guys would be
I
into
want
it.
to find some little.
Gonna put the dead body-
some
the dead
worm
body on the
spawn,
ship?
Get some baby worms.
Hell yeah!
Gonna put the dead body on the ship? I like
Freeze
it.
it up a little bit. We'll put it in a little tube. Be good.
Mm. These things birth thousands of fully grown worms.
Yeah, well,
When
this
they
one's
die.
dead.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you guys take.
aliens.
Yeah, I just said it was AVP, man. So you guys take one of the worm carcasses, you grab the recording stuff from the table, you guys hobble your way back to your ship, unless there's anything else the crew wants to do prior to the end here. We will call it here for the evening.
Yeah, I was holding hands with Guy on the way back to the ship while we were bringing all these things. It's fine.
She's so excited about the findings.
That
she
she
doesn't
didn't even care.
Didn't even notice
Didn't
that you
even
were holding
notice.
your hand.
That's fine. It's perfect.
As soon as you're on the ship, though, and she does,
Well, I can release it back out, and then she'll have nothing.
you hear her in a low growl say, "Get away from me," and you turn and walk away.
Why would I do that? I would just keep going.
Your brain tells you to turn and walk away. You have no idea. It's
What did
strange.
I do? What's wrong with my life right now?
You're rethinking everything. All right, so yeah, unless there's anything else cleanup wise you guys want to do, we'll say you guys make it back to the ship with those items, and we'll call it there for the night.
Oh, one thing. When we get back to the ship, are we able to heal there and all
So
that kind of stuff and get
you
rid of those
do
points, or-
fully heal between scenes.
Okay, great.
So you can't heal during combat, but basically everyone fully heals immediately after the scene is over. Is how this game works. So
Okay, no, that's perfect. I just wanted
That's
to make
where
sure.
your healing. That's where your healing comes in. You make sure everybody is tip top shape, back on the ship.
Tip top shape.
All right.
Thank you,
tip-top
Dr.
shape.
Big.
One real quick comment though. Tonight's session, was it too slow or?
Beginning was, but then we got out of the funk.
Yeah,
No,
I
last
feel like we
2 hours
bogged
was
down
great
with the
pace.
interrogation a little bit in the beginning, but no, I feel like
It took
really
us an
picked up
hour to
once
get through
we-
that first
we got on the
interrogation.
ship and went to the coordinates.
Yeah, well, there
Yeah.
between the hurl and the interrogation, and then the defectors, there was a lot of information to kind of get across that I was trying to get across. So, but I think
To
we
be
got
honest,
most of it.
though, it wasn't your fault about being, taking that long
Yeah, it
for the
was the
first
group.
scene. That was the group itself,
Yeah.
just pressing and pressing. So
Yeah,
That's what I was
gonna
We
say,
didn't
I
like
didn't have
the
a problem
answers
with
we
it.
were getting,
Yeah,
so
aside
we
from
kept
our own-
asking the same questions.
yeah, aside
Yeah.
from
I was gonna
our
say-
own decisions, it went fine.
I didn't have any problem with it. It was just
All right.
us being kind of dumb.
Just
Yeah,
want to
It was fine.
No, it's super good.
just want to make sure. So I do think we'll probably finish this up next session.
Cool.
Do we want to plan for 2 weeks? Is everybody good for 2 weeks out?
I mean, I'm good for
Yeah.
tomorrow.
What's the date for that?
I got a long weekend.
I don't
What is
think
that?
everybody's
The
good.
fourth? Is that the 13th or something?
I think it is. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
It's the 10th.
I am seeing it as the 10th. Yep.
The 10th. Okay. Yeah, that should
So-
be fine. Yeah, we can finish this up.
Yep.
And then I leave 2 weeks
Yeah,
later.
the
So yeah,
10th
that's fine.
10 sounds good.
Depending on how things start off and how we're moving along, just to give you guys a heads up, I may be a little more aggressive in bumping us along
It's fine.
next
Okay.
session, just because
If you're streamlining.
not necessarily streamlining, but just bumping us along a little bit, keeping us going, because I just want to make sure we don't run into a situation where we're playing super long, because
Gotcha.
I know we're gonna have people absent for the next few weeks after that, and I know I won't be available for about I think 2 weekends after that. So I
Are
just
we
think,
still looking to conclude next session, or is
Yeah.
that okay?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think we're right there at it, but just in case we start getting bogged down or something, I'm just letting you guys know I might
I got you.
I might be a little more aggressive in bumping us along,
To make sure
so we're not
it
getting hung up.
happens.
Yeah.
Even
just
in
so-
next
very
session,
good.
if we run a little bit longer than usual, if it gets us to where we need to be, especially for your timeline, then that's fine.
we might I mean we
Yeah,
might
that's
go a
fair.
little bit longer. But I don't want to drag in here like for
Yeah.
an hour,
Yeah.
2 hours after.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
Well,
just letting you
I
guys
I think
mean,
know.
that's fair.
once we all get into combat and we get all that past the dialogue part, generally
Mhm.
it goes really quick.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knows what they're doing on that part. When we do the interrogation parts, it's like we did today. Like Trey said, is we kind of bog ourselves down with the repetitive questioning.
All right. So
I think it's good though, man. I'm excited.
Very good. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, I appreciate it. Like I said, I hope everybody's having
Appreciate
fun. If you're not, let me know. We'll figure out what we need to do so that you
No,
guys
we're
are
good.
having fun.
Nope,
excited
it's
to see
awesome.
what happens.
Super cool.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Those worms are scary as fuck.
That was
almost
good.
died.
I
was
I
2
do
hit
actually.
points.
I like the pictures and stuff you found in your campaign.
Yeah.
Now. All of them.
The
have
art
been
was
pretty good.
awesome.
I've tried to up that. That was some of the
It's
feedback
awesome, man.
originally, so I've been trying to up that.
It really helps me.
I really-
like see it.
Yeah,
I
John needs phallic things to be able to.
I need pictures.
I really wanted to have just not a humanoid fight in this campaign.
Sure.
So I was trying to figure out a way to get some sort of other life, involved, and so
was awesome.
I figured this would be a fun one. And then you gave me that. I was like, okay, well they'll eventually find their way, and I'll make them, find these
They
guys.
fall.
But then you were like complication. I was like, problem solved. Thank you, Gil. Gus,
Falls
you're
through
my
the
favorite
goddamn
player, Gus. So then I was just right into it. Fuck it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
On
I
to
enjoyed
it.
it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great transition from D&D. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back to D&D.
Yeah, me
this-
too.
Oh
this-
no, I am
this
too.
has been
but
super fun.
it's been
Yeah.
it's been a different experience. So it's been really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
definitely
It's so different. It's an interesting mix up, which I like. So,
agree. Cool. All right. Thanks.
well, you all have.
Well, I'm
a
gonna jump
wonderful,
on
wonderful
to
weekend.
Overwatch, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick 20-minute, and then I'll be on.
That means
So-
he's gonna play Fortnite with his niece for
No,
12 hours.
she's,
Exactly.
she's- no.
Exactly.
That means I'm
what
gonna
that
take a
I'll be
dump.
on in a little
I'm
bit.
going to take
See you next
a
week.
dump.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Y'all
Yeah.
take it
All right,
easy,
boys.
guys. Have a
Bye.
good
See you
Good
here in a
luck.
sec.
Good luck
Trey.
tomorrow, Trey.
night.
Yeah, Trey, if you catch anything
Have a good
good, you
time.
should post it.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll take it
All right,
easy.
man. You all have a good one.
See you.